All right, what up, everyone? Welcome to another banger from Shark City Hockey. I'm Aaron James, your host of tonight's watch-along party, as we have, for the first time ever, Macklin Celebrini versus Connor Bedard. Sharks fans waited a very long time to see these two face off against each other. Obviously, the San Jose Sharks have played the Blackhawks a total of 2 games prior to tonight's contest, and unfortunately Macklin Celebrini was not in the lineup for either of them. So just a quick refresher for those of you who need a little bit of context here. The San Jose Sharks did play Chicago Blackhawks on October 17th and October 31st. So obviously that was the very beginning of the 2024-25 season. That first month, Macklin Celebrini only appeared in that month of October for the opening night at the Tank against the St. Louis Blues, in which he scored his first NHL goal on his first NHL shot. So, what can we expect from tonight's contest? Now, according to radio broadcaster Dan Ruzanowski, he would love to see that this team not get away from its identity of playing blue collar hockey. Or another way of saying it is, don't get too invested in the show. Rather than try to be fancy, rather than try to showcase skills out there, just stick to the fundamentals. Play the style of game that everyone on the club can abide by it, for lack of better terms. In other words, not everybody is a Will Smith or a Macklin Celebrini, or in this case, a Connor Bedard. So the Sharks will have to make sure that they do the simple things, such as communicate out there on the ice. According to Drew Remenda, this is all from the Sharks morning skate, an excellent 10-11 minute program put together by the radio broadcasting crew at the Sharks Audio Network. They pretty much were suggesting, or they were expressing rather, that in the last matchup that the Sharks had, that the one thing that they noticed is that they were not communicating with each other. They were not, calling for passes alongside the boards, or, they weren't letting everybody know, nobody was in sync. Whereas, according to Drew Remenda, he was referring to the practices that take place at Sharks Ice. There's plenty of communication going around amongst the club. So let's hope that the Sharks can indeed play a solid game. Hopefully not too flashy. Hopefully, they're able to have a solid performance against these Chicago Blackhawks, which, by the way, they only have 3 more dubs this season than the Sharks. So for some of you, this may potentially serve as not so much, all right, but this could serve as the battle of the basement. I'm saying the San Jose Sharks are the 32nd ranked team in the league with 43 points after 66 games. The Chicago Blackhawks have 49 points after 65. So a lot of you may not even want to see Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith, William Eklund take on and defeat Connor Bedard tonight. Some of you probably want to see the Blackhawks come into the Tank and secure 2 points in regulation. No loser points, as they call it on the Reddit forums. Most of you out there who are, Team Tank and want to see the San Jose Sharks secure that number 1 overall selection, definitely want to see this game probably be dropped. Now, for the rest of you out there, especially those of you who are in attendance for tonight's first battle between last year's number 1 overall pick versus this year's number 1 overall pick, some of you want to see the San Jose Sharks get the dub, and I'm right there with you. All right, it won't hurt the Sharks any much in the standings if they get 2 points tonight. As I mentioned just a moment ago, Blackhawks have 49 points on the season. Sharks have 43. Anyways, some of you that may be too close, still too close for you. So tonight's storyline, without a doubt, around the league is going to be Macklin Celebrini versus Connor Bedard. But before we get into those two star players for their respective clubs, let's talk about how we got here. All right. So the San Jose Sharks, as I mentioned previously, they did play the Chicago Blackhawks twice this season. Both games went down in April. Both were, it was 1-1. So the season series is tied 1-1. Chicago won at home 4-2 on October 17th. The Sharks won at the Tank on October 31st, 3-2. So tonight is a tiebreaker. If the trend continues, the Sharks have this one in the bag, being the home team. Some players to watch tonight for the San Jose Sharks. William Eklund has 5 points in his last 5 games. Macklin Celebrini has 2 goals in his last 5. Alexander Wennberg has 4 assists in his last 5 games. On the other side of the rink, former Shark, some of y'all may remember this name, Ryan Donato is a player to watch for the Chicago Blackhawks. He'll be wearing the number 8 tonight. The centerman has 5 points in his last 5 games, including 3 goals. Okay, so I know a lot of you are thinking you got to watch, number 98, and you got to watch, number 71. So 98 in red, or white and red, and 71 in teal and black. But as far as who currently is hot on that club, Ryan Donato. Ryan Donato is the guy. The former Shark, to extend a little bit on, past 5 games, he has 19 points. He has 19 points in his last 14 games. 19 points in his last 14 games played. So Ryan Donato is he's lining it up in Chicago. Just his second season in Chi-Town, and you know what? He has 48 points in 63 games. At an 82 game pace, he's looking at a 62 point season, and he is 14 points away from achieving that. So maybe even a little bit more. We'll see. But he's averaging 0.76 points per game. So that's the guy that I'm going to be paying attention to in this contest, outside of course, Bedard and Celebrini, when both of them are on that rink. So for those of you who want to know how well Bedard is doing this season, he has 52 points in 65 games. That's 17 goals and 35 assists going into tonight's contest. He's on pace for a 66-point season. He's averaging 0.8 points a game. So you can't sleep on him. Definitely can't sleep on him. He's neither hot nor cold. In his last 3 games, he has 3 points, 2 assists, and a goal. So watch out for that guy. He's averaging about 5 shots on goal per game and 20 minutes of ice time. So definitely keep your eye on them. Now enough about Chicago. Let's talk about the San Jose Sharks. After all, this is a San Jose Sharks watch along party. Right now, the hottest players for the San Jose Sharks are none other than our rookies, Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith. Again, hot streaks here at Shark City Hockey are defined by how the respective player has performed in their previous 3 contests. Okay, so previous 3 games is what we are measuring here. All right, so Macklin Celebrini, 3 points in his last 3 games, a goal, 2 assists. Will Smith, 3 points in his last 3 games, a goal, and 2 assists. All right, so those are the guys that we want to pay attention to tonight for the Sharks. And what better way than to focus on those players by peeping the lineup. So here is your projected lineup going into tonight's contest. So let's do this, baby. The first line, that 70s line, has been reunited. So projected lineups tonight for opening faceoff, you have William Eklund with Macklin Celebrini and Tyler Toffoli. Macklin Celebrini returns as the number 1 centerman here in San Jose. Shakir Mukhamadullin still getting some top defensive pair minutes. He is paired up with none other than Super Mario Ferraro. All right, so that is your first lineup. My bad as I adjust our live viewers, which, by the way, some of you may have noticed that we returned to the old template, old format here. So whether you're watching us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, X, you could drop a comment and be a part of the show and react with us Sharks fans here. And, let me know who you got for tonight. But right now, as we do our face-off countdown show, we're going to return to looking at the lineup. So Max Celebrini returns to the first line centerman. Obviously, that means that Alexander Wenberg has returned to the second line. Alexander Wenberg will be the second line centerman with Will Smith and Colin Graff on his wing. Colin Graff moves up to a top six forward position again. So stick taps to Colin Graff. That line should be interesting. Mark-Edward Vlasic and Timothy Liljegren are still holding down the second defensive pairing on that blue line. All right. Your third line for tonight's contest, you have Nikolai Kovalenko, Ty Dellandrea, and Klim Kostin. So Klim Kostin previously was playing on the second line, so he returns to a bottom six role. Jimmy Schultz, who was called up recently from the AHL, worked his behind off in the American Hockey League to finally get back into the National Hockey League. He's suiting up for the second time on that blue line with Vincent Desharnais, the newly acquired 6'7" blue liner from Pittsburgh. Anyways, a trade deadline acquisition for the San Jose Sharks, for those of you who may not be aware. And our final line, the checking line. Noah Gregor makes his San Jose Sharks season debut. Some of you may remember Noah Gregor. Tonight, he'll be wearing the number 9. So if you're looking for him out there, look for the number 9. He'll be lined up on the wing with Patrick Giles, who is another trade deadline acquisition. Got him for a couple. Excuse me. Whoa, I had a huge flashback. Got him for. Wow, I can't believe that one slipped. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't believe I said Capo Kakinen. Man, talk about blast from the past. We got him from the Florida Panthers in exchange for Vitek Vanacek, who we got for Capo Kakinen a year ago. So my fault. Both trade deadlines are starting to blur here. Anyways, back to the point. Your fourth checking line is Noah Gregor, Patrick Giles, and Barclay Goodrow. Your starting goaltender for the 6th consecutive game is Alexander Georgiev. I know what a lot of you Sharks fans are thinking right now. Why not give Georgi Romanov a look in the net? Why not? In due time. I mean, I imagine it ain't going to happen this week. With the next game this weekend being against Alexander Ovechkin, unless of course the Sharks are going to try to help pad his stats in the Great Chase. And I don't mean to disrespect Romanov. I just think that they're going to choose a club to give. I think they want to choose a club that would probably not like. And I'm not saying that Chicago's going to come out here, firing rockets and whatnot. But I think they're saving Romanov for when Georgiev cannot go any longer, which, as we mentioned on these live streams before, the Sharks have significant amount of time in between games this month. Starting tonight, they're only playing every Thursday and Saturday night going into like the end of the month. All right, so we may not see Romanov this month. We may have to wait till April to see him. We may get a chance to see him against the Rangers or the Kings, because the Sharks do end this month on a back-to-back, a Saturday and Sunday night. But all I'm trying to say is, maybe they're trying to manage the workload that the young netminer may potentially face. And I know that was the case against the Nashville Predators on Tuesday. A lot of us thought maybe today, but, head coach Ryan Rosofsky has elected to still keep Romanov on the bench. So, we'll be impatiently, depending on who you ask, awaiting his first start of the season. All right. So, as we go and talk about goaltenders, Alexander Georgiev is 12-21 12, 22, and 1 this season. A .874 save percentage, 3.64 goals against average. Tonight's confirmed starter for the Chicago Blackhawks is Spencer Knight. He's 14, 9, and 1 this season, 2.35 goals against average with a .912 save percentage and 2 shutouts. Sharks had to play a disciplined game tonight because even though Chicago Blackhawks are right there in the basement with them, they have the 7th ranked power play, 25% conversion rate. All right. For comparison's sake, the Sharks have 19.8% conversion rate, and that's 22nd. But nonetheless, the Blackhawks are pretty solid when they're on the man advantage. And their penalty kill is just as great, 81.2%, 11th ranked in the league. Outside of that, for the most part, face-off percentage-wise, they are almost last in the league. And when it comes to goals for and goals against, they're ranked in the bottom, 25th goals for per game and 29th goals against per game average. Of course, the Sharks, goals for is 31st, and goals against is 32nd. Now, as I mentioned, let's talk about how we came into tonight's contest. Really quick, let me update the live count. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So tonight's contest, the San Jose Sharks are coming off of an official losing streak. They've lost 3 consecutive games going into tonight. Chicago Blackhawks are actually coming off of 2 losses in a row. 1 overtime loss against Nashville, another loss against Colorado. Sharks fans could relate. So in the last 10 games, the Blackhawks are 3-5-2, and the Sharks are 2-6-2. All right. Some players I would look for specifically in Teal to fare pretty well. Look at Alexander Wenberg. In the last 3 years he's played against this team, the Chicago Blackhawks, as an individual player, he's had 6 points in 9 games, 4 goals and 2 assists. And Tyler Toffoli, he's played 8 games. He has 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points. So those are individual players on the San Jose Sharks team who have fared pretty well in their matchups against the Blackhawks. On the other side of the rink, for those of you who just want to know, Ryan Donato, we were just talking about him, the former San Jose Shark. He's on fire right now. He has himself 8 games against the Sharks in the last 3 years, and he's had 7 points, 4 goals, and 2 assists. So, got some players who have their kind of some personal bests when it comes to playing against these, whether it's the Blackhawks against the Sharks, players on the Blackhawks and Sharks, and vice versa. Really quick here, let me just look at something here. All right. So, let's talk about history here. This will be the 115th all-time regular season matchup between the San Jose Sharks and the Chicago Blackhawks. This is just regular season, all right? Quick reminder, we all know that we have ourselves, a little bit of history in the postseason. I'm not trying to talk about, that Western Conference Final Series, but we have a little bit of history in the postseason. The Chicago Blackhawks, when the Sharks face the Blackhawks all time, the Sharks in 114 games, they're 58, 39, 5, and 12. All right, so historically speaking, the Sharks kind of have the all-time season series lead with a .58 point percentage earned from possible points. So not too shabby. 58 wins in 114 contests. Pardon me as I hydrate here. All right. Now let's talk about, what you all are really here to watch, right? And that is none other than Connor Bedard versus Macklin Celebrini. All right, so This story is coming out of NHL.com. Macklin Celebrini did not play with his fellow North Vancouver, British Columbia native Connor Bedard as much as he played against him when they were kids. All right, but even though that fact remains, Celebrini had this to say about Bedard. He's always been a superstar. Whenever we were younger, he's always been the kid you see now. I think it's just flourished and kind of grown from there. All right. Bedard said, I guess we had a couple of good years, obviously back-to-back first overall and stuff. It's cool to see our hometown do that, but it's a great place for people to grow up playing hockey, and it's just a great city. Obviously, that's a goal for both of us to be in the league for a while. It's just been fun to watch his growth, to get to cheer Celebrini on, see his success. All right, so Bedard also said this about Macklin. He's a dynamic player. I know coming in as an 18-year-old is tough, and obviously it's a good league. So I'm glad to see his production, and his impact on games has been awesome. It's been fun to watch. All right, so Celebrini shared that Bedard said if he wanted to reach out to him, he was there to answer any questions, which Celebrini really appreciated, just going through that. Celebrini, speaking of Bedard, said he obviously went through it the year before. When I went through it, I never ended up using him, but knowing he was a resource for me was cool. All right, his again, Celebrini praising Bedard. His playmaking is unbelievable. I've seen that a lot in the summers when I skate with him. The way he sees the ice, I think, doesn't get appreciated as much. Also, his ability to strip pucks from guys. He has such a long stick, and he knows how to use it, so he's able to kind of pull those pucks from guys. All right, and then just one more last praise between the two number one overall selections. Connor Bedard said of Celebrini, he's always hounding pucks, and he's always moving, and he's just hard to play against. I think that's impressive from an offensive player who's so gifted. You could talk about his shot, his skills, his IQ. It's all unbelievable. But that's something that people might not notice as much is hard. But that's something that people might not notice as much is hard he is on pucks. He's always getting in the way and creating stuff off the puck. So that's really impressive. Anyways, so obviously both of these young men are excited to play against each other in their first National Hockey League game against each other. Bedard having won the Calder Trophy last season for the top rookie in the league. I think a lot of fans, especially here in Sharks territory, are kind of hoping that Macklin Celebrini has himself a fantastic performance and kind of pushes the envelope and, creates more momentum in his Calder Trophy race. Now, the NHL released rankings as early as a couple of days ago, and they have Lane Hudson in the lead. Defenseman from the Montreal Canadiens. Some of you out there may argue that Dustin Wolf is being snubbed, but nonetheless, I know that sounds like Sharks fans, especially me personally, we're looking at this game as kind of hopefully being one that could kind of, again, give Macklin Celebrini more real estate and potentially, garnish more votes in this Calder Memorial Trophy race. So that right there is pretty much our preview. If you guys got money on the game, as some of you I do know love to play the odds. Pardon me, there's SJ. That's Sebastian James. Pardon. Sebastian James had to get a word in. A little premature at the goal horn there, buddy. All right. So if you have money on the line, according to Money Puck, right now the San Jose Sharks are favored 52.4% chance of winning tonight's contest. All right. So, may the odds ever be in your favor. But that's where we're at before opening puck drop, which should be moments away moments away. All right. So that right there, I'm a little ahead of schedule there. So that's pretty awesome, to be real with you. Just want to say welcome to everybody to another Shark City Hockey Premium live stream. I'm Aaron James, creative and host here at Shark City Hockey. We're about to get down and watch the San Jose Sharks face off against the Chicago Blackhawks for the final time this season. I want to invite everyone who's chiming in, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on YouTube, X, or Twitch, to drop a comment in the comment section, and I will respond and we can interact together. I already got a question on TikTok, so pardon me if I'm a little bit delayed on that. So someone asked a question, are you going to be live streaming the game? So we have some new fans here in the house, which is awesome. So for those of you who are brand new here, this is not a live stream of the game. Rather, it is a space for hockey fans to get together and watch along together. So here you'll find real-time reaction to the action. All right. And that action hopefully will begin momentarily. Now, I know that some of these Sharks are celebrating 30 years of their, I believe it's the Sharks community. So they had they may potentially, we'll see, potentially have some type of pre-game celebration. That's not official. It's just usually when they have something like the 30th anniversary here of the Sharks Foundation, sometimes they have a little pre-game ceremony. Now, I don't know if that'd be the case tonight, but just be aware that sometimes that these face-offs get delayed by a couple of minutes or so. But nonetheless, thank you all for watching the Shark City Hockey face-off countdown show. We are moments away from live action here at the Shark Tank. The first time and the only time this season Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard will be facing each other. I am looking forward to this game. I really am. In fact, I've been looking forward to it so much this season that I decided to watch along with all you out there. So we'll be getting ready to check out the action here soon, momentarily, as our face-off countdown show is coming to a conclusion. Let me know who y'all got in the comment sections, whether you got the San Jose Sharks, whether you got Chicago Blackhawks. Let me know if you're voting for Celebrini or Bedard. Who's your favorite young skater out there? Throw in Will Smith. Why not? And while we're at it, let me know if you think that hashtag Celebrini is going to actually happen. I mean, right now, that seems to be, the push. Trying to get this young man as many votes as we possibly can to be only the second player in franchise history to ever win a Calder Memorial Trophy for NHL Rookie of the Year. I think he got it, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of people favoring Lane Hudson out there, but I mean, I think he's done enough in a minimal amount of games. He's played less games than Hudson, so it's going to be interesting down the stretch. I think if Celebrini can have a fantastic game right now against Bedard, when I would imagine most of the eyes around the league, they're watching this game right now, then, maybe, just maybe, he'll make himself a great case. All right. And that right there has been our face-off countdown show. So we're about to get ready for an actual live watch-along party. So thank you to everybody who's chiming in right now. I'm Aaron James, and let's get ready for real-time reaction to the action as the San Jose Sharks are hosting the Chicago Blackhawks. And we're about to do our live watch-along party right now, fam. All right, all right, all right. What's up, everyone? I'm Aaron James. Welcome to Shark City Hockey's premium live stream. It's a watch-along party. San Jose Sharks are about to face off against the Chicago Blackhawks, and it's going to be the first game ever. And it won't be the last game between these two superstars, but it's the first. You only get one first time, and that's going to be Connor Bedard versus Macklin Celebrini. All right. Looking forward to puck drop here at the tank. I imagine, again, San Jose Sharks, traditionally, this is going to be the last game. This will be the last game tonight. Perhaps, sharing that last game slot in the NHL with the LA Kings down in SoCal, who, by the way, I'm pretty sure other people are watching too. 2 games in California tonight, man, are worth watching. If you're, watching the great Chase, Alexander Ovechkin is in Southern California right now. He'll be here in the Bay Area on Saturday. He has, just a few goals away from, breaking and making history. But, we can talk more or less about that on Saturday. Right now, we're talking about the future of the league, and Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard are about to face off moments from now. So looking forward to that. Again, inviting everybody, wherever you're chiming in to this watch-along party, to drop a comment, and we could, Teal together, as they like to say here. And, there's nothing really else to say besides game on whenever that happens. So, until then, let's ask you all who you got tonight. Type "Let's Go San Ho" if you got the Sharks, or you can just type SJ. And let me fix that. This ain't Buffalo. This is Chicago. So if you got Chicago tonight, type CHI for Chicago. Or you can type Blackhawks. Boom. There we go. My fault. All right. Quick reminder, if you're chiming in on YouTube, please consider liking and subscribing. Have a primary assist in our goal of trying to reach 1,000 subs before this season is over. I appreciate all you who subbed on our previous live stream. Got some Thursday night hockey in store for all of you. Noticing the trend is puck drop is way after 7:30, so it is what it is. All right, here we go. There's 60 of you, and then some. Some of y'all chiming in from TikTok. It's been a long time. I miss y'all. Talking to those on TikTok. My bad. I've been live streaming on the other platforms, and now we're back on TikTok. My apologies for disappearing on TikTok for a minute there. All right, man. This has to be an exciting game. It's got to be an exciting game, especially for Sharks voice Randy Hahn to call. And, I'm actually really happy. I mean, unfortunately, Celebrini was injured at the beginning of the season, so he didn't get the first 2 opportunities to face Connor Bedard. Again, once in San Jose and another time in Chicago. But back to the point is, I'm kind of glad that the first contest is happening here in the tank. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the first one would have happened the first matchup would have been in Chicago. if Celebrini was in the lineup, and then the second matchup would have happened on Halloween at the Tank. But Celebrini wasn't in the lineup for either of those. And yeah, here we go. You already know what it is. All right, they're playing Metallica Seek and Destroy, which means that the boys are skating out of the Shark Head right now at the SAP Center at San Jose. Looks like they're wearing their alternate darks. So I already know what some of you out there are thinking. You're thinking, great. For those of you who are unaware, San Jose Sharks fans are infamous for not being very... how do I say this? Not welcoming, but enthusiastic. They're not very enthusiastic when they see the Sharks in an alternate dark sweater. It was a trend that kind of started with the stealth jersey, and it didn't help that it took almost 10 games to get a dub in these new quote-unquote Cali Finn jerseys. But nonetheless, our dark alternate jerseys have, dare I say, fans are using the C word curse. You know, it feels that way. It seems that way for the last few seasons. So, I know a lot of you are thinking like it's just a sweater, it's just a jersey. It's the players that are in the lineup. It's how they're playing in the game that's going to determine the outcome of these matchups here, right? So, feel ya. So one more time, for those of you who maybe joined us late, the San Jose Sharks and the Chicago Blackhawks are tied up in the season series 1 apiece. Both teams winning at home. So Chicago won at home on October 17th, and the Sharks won at home on October 31st. Chicago won 4-2. Sharks won 3-2. This is the last game in the season series between these two clubs. And going into tonight's contest, in the last 10 games, Blackhawks are 3-5-2. They're on a 2-game skid, whereas the San Jose Sharks are officially back on a losing streak, 2-6-2. So they broke an extensive losing streak of last week on both Monday and Tuesday night in back-to-backs. They didn't get the third win to make an official win streak. So the last 3 in a row, Sharks lost, so they're officially on a losing streak, and hopefully, you know, they can find a way to win tonight. Some of you out there might be watching the Tankathon standings, understandably so, ready for this season to come to an end and hopefully win the draft lottery, right? But if the Sharks win this one, they're still going to have the best odds. So I'm going all in, and I'm hoping that some of these Sharks win this game. And speaking of going all in, if you're a betting man or woman, Money Puck has the San Jose Sharks chances of winning at 52.4% tonight. So, you know, battle of the basement, whatever you want to call it, battle of the bottom. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very enticing, exciting game, hopefully, because we have 2 of the next generational superstars here in the National Hockey League facing off against each other for the first time in Chicago's Connor Bedard and in San Jose's Macklin Celebrini. So let's check it out. We're about to go. Puck's about to drop. Open face-off. About to have game on, baby. So again, let me know who you got in the chat. If you're going for the San Jose Sharks, type SJ. If you're going for Chicago Blackhawks, type CHI or Blackhawks or whatever you like. Hawks, whatever. But here we go. And quick shout out to the 67 plus of you chiming in. There's much more on the TikTok channel, but this is across multiple platforms. This premium live stream from Shark City Hockey, and I want to thank all of you right now joining me for this Thursday night edition of San Jose Sharks Hockey. All right, Center ice. Celebrini and Bedard. Opening faceoff. Bedard wins it. And we are officially underway, baby. Game on in San Jose. All right, so it appears as if they hit us with a. It appears as if they hit us with a line change already. So it was projected for Wenberg to return to the second line, and Celebrini to go back to the first line with Eklund and Toffoli. Now maybe the broadcasting crew is wrong. I'm not too sure. It's not an uncommon thing for the graphics team on the broadcasting crew here in Sharks territory to be incorrect, but they're showing Celebrini still on the lines with Smitty, so I'll pay attention to that right now. That doesn't seem the case. It looks like when he's out there with Smitty and Graf, but I'll pay attention to that and just confirm it in a second, all right? Chicago Blackhawks already trying to set up shop. Interesting. Lechinov, the second overall selection in last year's draft after Michael Celebrini, is playing tonight. He's in the lineup. So 2 future stars for the Sharks and 2 future stars for the Chicago Blackhawks in the lineup tonight. Nice. Ooh, that fourth line almost set up an offensive opportunity right there. That was nice. All right, so I do have confirmation here that the broadcasting crew for the home team here, their graphic was incorrect. It looks like they're still using the last game's lineup for their graphic. It indeed is Celebrini with Eklund, Toffoli on the first line and Wenberg with Graf and Smith on the second. Oh, shot off the post by Tyler Toffoli. Almost scored a goal. Almost 1-0. Here comes Celebrini, Toffoli, and Eklund again. All right, now the Blackhawks are trying to get some offensive pressure set up. All right, here comes Macklin Celebrini. Drops it for Smith, and he scores! Yeah! Sharks goal, baby. Will Smith scores his 13th goal of the season, assisted by Macklin Celebrini, his 29th assist of the year, and William Eklund, his 35th assist of the season. Sharks make it 1-0 at 3 minutes and 48 seconds, courtesy of a slap shot by Will Smith with a beautiful zone entry by Macklin Celebrini and an outstanding feed to Smith. Will Smith scores his 13th goal of the season at 3 minutes and 48 seconds in the first period to give the San Jose Sharks an early lead. 1-0, baby. Like I said, man, a lot of us are going to be watching Celebrini and Bedard, but don't count out Smith, man. Also, again, coming into this game on a hot streak. Gotta love it. That was awesome. That was jawsome. So Will Smith extends his point streak to 5 games, has 3 goals and 3 assists. Macklin Celebrini, again, his 29th assist of the season. And William Eklund with his 35th assist of the season. Per San Jose Sharks Public Relations, that is the 4th time this season that trio have combined for a goal. Gotta love it, baby. Gotta love it. Yeah. That was exciting. That was cool, man. That was cool. That goal actually came on the San Jose Sharks' second shot recorded. So, took 2 shots to get past goaltender Spencer Knight. And Sharks already have a lead, baby. Gotta love it. Gotta turn up the music because this is a party, right? How chill was that, baby? Here comes Liljegren. Macklin making some great saves. Oh, shot by Celebrini with a great feed from Toffoli gets blocked. This first line, baby, they are hungry. Celebrini is freaking making some plays out there, man. Like I said, I'm sure this is going to be a great game to really press and make a case for that Calder Memorial Trophy. NHL is leaning toward, let's just be honest, they're leaning toward Lane Hudson right now. The last time they came out with the report, the National Hockey League had ranked Lane Hudson, I think maybe just 4 points ahead of Celebrini in the race. Excuse me, 3 points. So this was just 3 days ago. Okay, so the 16NHL.com writers casted their vote. Points awarded on a 5-4-3-2-1 basis, and they have Lane Hudson at 69 points. The rookie defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens, who most of the fan base of the Habs credit for keeping them in the playoff race. Dustin Wolf at 46, who Calgary Flames fans feel because he's a netminer and he's having a fantastic season, he should be considered top. And then Macklin Celebrini at 66 points. Matvei Michkov, who was favored to win going to the season, has 41. Okay, so Celebrini is right there, according to this first vote. I mean, the last time we've been tracking this, the last time Celebrini was on top, but now they have Lane Hudson with the 3-point advantage. So I'm pretty sure tonight in this contest between Celebrini and Bedard, where most of the eyes from the fan base, from the hockey world, the community, and the league are watching, this is the time for Max Celebrini to come out here and ball out, man. And he already set up a goal, almost had another one. He looks great on the ice right now. Great on the ice. Gotta love it. Thank you to everybody on TikTok who's chiming in. Appreciate everyone commenting. Keep the comments rolling. If you're watching us on X or on YouTube or on Twitch, double tap that screen. Make it rain hearts, baby. Will Smith, was he in the face-off draw? He sure was, and he won it. Here come the Sharks now in the offensive zone. Graf and Smitty working at the left half wall on the top. To the right side of Spencer Knight, goaltender for the Blackhawks. Sharks have to retreat a little bit as Blackhawks clear the zone, but they regain possession in the neutral zone and dump it down deep. Chicago again gets it clear. They have Connor Bedard like cherry picking over there, just passing their ice line, but they get possession of it again, and Smith drop pass to Winberg, cross rink pass to Graf. Graf not holding it, shoots it. Gotta love it. Ooh, this second line is handling right now. By the way, Bedard is out there against the second line, so you have Graf and Smith right now going up against Bedard and his line, and they're handling it. Ferraro with the blast that goes wide from the point. Ooh, what a steal from Smith in their trapezoid. Sends it back to Ferraro, throws it on net, and there's a juicy rebound, but no one's there to bury it on the right side. Spencer Knight. Gotta look out for rebounds on that glove side tonight. Noah Gregor wearing number 9 shoots that into a bunch of bodies in front of the rink. And the Blackhawks finally clear it. What a freaking shift by that second line, man. Gotta love it. Sharks look good right now. They look hungry. Patrick Giles tries to shoot it. That goes high and wide. That checking line for the Sharks is out there now. All right, here come the Blackhawks now with some speed in the zone entry. They shoot it into Liljegren's skates. And Eklund tries to have a speedy zone entry on his own, but no success splitting the 3 defenders. But then the Blackhawks give it up. Uh-oh, 2-on-1 opportunity the other way for the... Oh no, it's a Nato! What a save by Georgiev! Yeah! My bad fault. My bad, fam. If the mic's blowing out, I'll try to keep it far from a little further away from the cranium here. But Ryan Donato is on fire. The former San Jose Shark, we're number 8. He had opportunity 2-on-1 against Vlasic, and Donato tries to go backhand. He tries to go from left to right backhand on Alexander Georgiev's glove hand save, and he just freaking catches it in the mitt. But that was sick, man. That was dope. That's awesome, man. A little bit more info on that Will Smith goal. According to San Jose Sharks public relations, Will Smith's 3rd goal in 3 games against Chicago this season. He now has 19 points since the San Jose Sharks January 20th game at Boston, which is the most among league rookies. And Celebrini gets a 17th point in that same span, second most amongst league rookies. So, man, the two Sharks coming to this contest who were hot remain hot. Oh, a shot from Ferraro. Catches Spencer Knight off guard as it hits Shakir Mokamadulin, who was pinching in the slot, and he just fans on a shot. But this second line is cooking again for the Sharks. Wenberg with a pass and Colin Graf scores! Woo! Them San Jose Sharks, baby. They are hungry. Colin Graf scores his third goal of the season. Assisted by Alexander Wenberg, his 23rd assist of the year, and Mario Ferraro, his 7th assist of the season. It's now 2-0 San Jose, just 10 minutes and 16 seconds into the first period. Colin Graf gets his second goal in as many games. He scored in the last game for the San Jose Sharks. Alexander Wenberg with the primary assist, his 8th in 10 games. This is awesome. Sharks looking great right now. 2 goals off of 7 shots. Yeah. I'm turn the music some more, baby. Let's party. Sharks got an insurance goal. They got the lead midway through this first period. Quick shout out to 77U. Oh! My bad. Gregor and Patrick Giles almost made another opportunity with a 2-on-1. Spencer Knight almost mismanaged the puck there, handling the puck right in front of his crease with Giles right there on the doorstep. Man, the Sharks are so hungry. They may be looking to bench Spencer Knight before the freaking end of this period. Ooh, what a takeaway from Celebrini. Loose puck in the crease. Celebrini freaking snatches it away. Sent to the point. What a blast. Ooh, some good Thursday night hockey action going down the tank right now. Celebrini looking, shoots. It goes high and wide. Maybe Spencer Knight got a waffle board on it. Not sure, but this first line continues the pressure. Man, these Sharks first and second line are looking like studs against this Chicago Blackhawks team. And the Chicago Blackhawks get a sigh of relief by clearing it, but I think that's icing. Yep. So no relief. Get right back on the ice. No line change, baby. Right now, Bedard is looking at 1 minute and 53 seconds of ice time. He's been out there for almost 2 minutes, and he has to stay out there for a defensive zone face-off draw because they iced the puck. Sharks right now are cooking. The Sharks are hungry, and damn, this right here is the type of hockey that I've been looking forward to watching, man. Where has this team been, baby? Where has this team been? Love it.
I be reppin' top shot, I be reppin' uptown, I be playing north, I be playing touchdown, vet with the spit, yeah, true to life sensei, messing with the king is a no-no, you can't bait, really from the beach, I ain't never been a transplant, bet you being one to kick it, Jet Li, Van Dam, really can't help myself, I was born a ladies man, I ain't got no sense, I was born in the 80s man, I don't need no lean, no, Brown be the remedy, everybody know, she get wet off the Hennessy, play this, but the hood go crazy man, pretty girls rock it, they gon' put it on their Instagram. DJs love it, they gon' spin it like a cellophane. Homies gon' play it, dip it through the set, kill the cam. Check it out, don't check 1, 2, 1, 2. Excuse me as I do my thing. Yeah, microphone check 1, 2, 1, 2. Different day, but it's the same old thing. Yeah, nah, it can't bang with us. Let alone spit flame with us.
What a freaking start to this game for the San Jose Sharks, man. TV timeout right now. TV timeout. Woo! San Jose Sharks have twice as many shots registered than their opponents. 10 shots on goal for the Sharks right now. 5 for the Blackhawks. Sharks were able to generate 2 goals off of 7 shots. They are lighting up Spencer Knight right now, making it really easy for Alexander Georgiev. Real talk, the Sharks have been spending the majority of this period in the Blackhawks zone, in the offensive zone. Hopefully San Jose can keep it up and keep up the pace. We already know that they can win the first period, they can win the second period, and we already know what the issue is when they have a 1-goal lead. So let's hope that Georgiev can stay sharp tonight, especially with limited action, and let's hope that the Sharks could, keep this trend upward and not make any, mistakes. I said that on purpose, mistakes, to allow Chicago any, sign of life to get back into this. But damn, what an exciting start of this game for San Jose hockey fans. I'll turn up the music right now during this commercial, huh? Baby, here we go. Let me just do a quick check here really quick. What's up, everyone? Ooh! Sharks, man. That's awesome. Ooh, Graf looking. What a good pass from Wenberg across the Graf. These Sharks are circling the zone like they are on the hunt. Gotta love it, baby. Graf now. Nice idea. By the goal line. Looks like he tried to throw it on net. And the Blackhawks ice it. Gotta love it, man. You know, it's really exciting too as you hear Randy Hahn on the call, man. You can tell he's having a blast. And Sharks fans, we gotta enjoy these moments. I mean, this game is long from over, but very few games this season have we seen this this type of hockey from San Jose Sharks. I mean, I think the last time I've seen something this like pretty jawsome, like with consistency, and it took almost a whole game, was with that first dub of the season when we forced OT. But right now, Sharks are handling. You gotta love it. You gotta absolutely love it. Uh-oh. Is that Bedard? Nope. But the Blackhawks are pressing right now. Just a couple of minutes remaining in this first period. They are trying to make, make their way back on the scoreboard. But Giles, great zone entry. Right now it's a scrum for the puck behind the trapezoid in the Chicago zone. Ooh, come on. Welcome back, Noah Gregor. To the box you go. Noah Gregor commits the first penalty of the game. Gotta watch out for Chicago, man. As we mentioned, they got the 11th ranked power play unit in the league. So, damn it, with less than 2 minutes remaining in the first period, the Sharks are going to go into the penalty kill as Noah Gregor gets called, most likely for tripping at holding against Frank Nazar at 18 minutes and 6 seconds. So San Jose Sharks are on the PK, my friends. So, why don't you leave a shark emoji in the chat, type PK, whatever it is you want to do to cheer on the boys and manifest a penalty kill, a successful penalty kill, because the Sharks are about to be shorthanded right now. And hopefully they're going to be shorthanded for the remainder of the period because 1 minute 54 seconds remains. 2 minute power play coming up for Chicago. TV timeout right now. All right, welcome to all 82 plus of you, 82 across X, YouTube, and Twitch, and another 53 plus I've seen have joined us at some point on TikTok. Thank you all for making Shark City Hockey Premium live streams the #1 trending live stream delivered by diehard San Jose Sharks fans. I'm Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey and host of this watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. The San Jose Sharks have had one of their best periods in recent memory, probably one of the best first periods of this entire season. And I know some of you are saying, calm down, bro. It's a battle of the basement. You got the 32nd versus the 31st ranked team in the National Hockey League playing tonight on this Thursday night hockey edition of NHL action. But nonetheless, man, exciting stuff, especially, for our rookies, Colin Graff, Will Smith scoring the goals, Eklund, Celebrini getting an assist along with Wenberg and Ferraro as well. So you got to love what you've seen so far as a San Jose Sharks fan. And, everyone, of course, has been super hyped up for the first contest between Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini. And right now, the Sharks' first and second line are dominating. Honestly, we could extend it to even their checking lines. The Sharks right now just look fantastic. Fantastic, rather. They look amazing, man. All right, 80 seconds remaining in this period, give or take. Just a quick reminder, our live game action tracker tends to be about 10 to 20 seconds ahead of what we actually see on the live broadcast as we watch along together here. But about coming up on a minute remaining in the first period, Sharks are on the penalty kill. A reminder that we will have a intermission report following the end of the first period. We'll go over the box score, we'll go over the goals, and we'll take a look at scores around the league. So don't go anywhere. All right, Sharks are going to probably, most likely, looks like they're going to get out of this period. All right, they're getting out of this period, what it looks like, unscathed. Georgiev hasn't been challenged too much in this first period, but right now he is solid. Just gloving down the puck right now on this power play opportunity for the Blackhawks, for his 6th save of that first period. And looks like the Sharks will go into the locker room in the first intermission, even though shorthanded, only having just 6 seconds to kill when they get back. So we still got a few seconds remaining as the referees are trying to separate the two teams as they all have a little scrum in front of the nets here. I imagine Blackhawks are trying to give a message to the team before they skate into the locker room. But nonetheless, the Sharks dominated that first period, man. Gotta love it. All right. So, first period is officially in the books, which means it's time for us to do our intermission report. All right, so let's jump right into it. Why don't we? Oh, man, that was some fun hockey. Let's get the music rolling here. It is a watch-along party. Now, pardon me on this music. I'm about to just hit random. I don't know what we're going to get, but whatever it is, we're going to be listening to it. Alright, for show. That one's cool. Let me turn it down a little bit also so you can hear. Alright, so you all can see the stats right there. You all do that really quick while I just make sure that our chat function is solid. for our X live stream. All right. Let's go Sharks. All right. And there it is. As you can see, just tested the comment section live. So if you're on X, Twitch, or YouTube, you can leave a comment and you can interact with each other. You can interact with me, the host. And for those of you who are watching on TikTok, I do see your comments as well. So don't feel left out. But yeah, here we go. After one period, the San Jose Sharks have a 2-0 lead. 10 shots on goal. This right here isn't accurate. My bad. Party foul. Give me a quick second. I got the last game. Wow, that was a long time ago. Even more last than that. My fault. Give me a quick second to adjust that. As you can see, we're returning to our original format here tonight. Kind of experimenting on our last watch long parties with a different type of delivery. And you can see the last time I used this one. Always evolving here at Shark City Hockey, just like the Sharks jerseys. So allow me 10 seconds to square that away, please. Thank you. All right, we should be good now. There we go. My fault. My apologies. All right, moving on. So, this is what we got. 10 shots on goal for the San Jose Sharks. 2 goals scored. We'll go into the goal scoring in just a second here. 6 shots on goal for the Chicago Blackhawks. Obviously, Alexander Georgiev is looking outstanding. Not a very busy first period for him. Not a very busy first period for him at all. And let's go into the face-off battles first. Okay, so the face-off, Sharks have been dominating that face-off dot, just like they've been dominating possession, dominating the offensive zone pressure, dominating the scoreboard. So let's take a quick look at our face-off summary. Collectively as a team, these San Jose Sharks, my bad, just want to make sure everything's squared away here. Yep. All right, collectively as a team, the San Jose Sharks have won 9 out of 14 face-offs. So we're going to round up and say, or we're going to round down rather and say 64%. All right, so they are 7 for 12, even strength, and 2 for 2 while short-handed. Obviously, the San Jose Sharks ended that first period on a penalty kill. About 6 seconds remain on that penalty to start off the second period, so they are looking to be in pretty solid shape to be killing off that penalty. By the way, which was committed by Noah Gregor, who returned to the lineup. He got called for holding, just a little bit over 18 minutes into the first period, a little bit under than 2 minutes remaining. So Sharks look like they're going to go 1 for 1 on the PK tonight. But back to the face-off battles here. Breaking it down by zone and by strength. So while the Sharks are 5 on 5 in the offensive zone, they're 3 for 5 for 60% of the face-off wins. Defensively, in the defensive zone, 1 for 3, 33%, and 3 for 4, 75% in neutral zone. That's a total of 7 of 12 face-offs won at even strength in those respective zones collectively. While short-handed, the Sharks are 1 for 1 in the defensive zone, 1 for 1 in the neutral zone. As I mentioned just a moment ago, 2 for 2 while short-handed. So grand total in the zones, no matter what the strength is in all situations, 3 for 5 offensive zone, 2 for 4 defensive zone, 4 for 5 neutral zone face-off wins for a grand total of 9 face-off wins in that period out of 14. Now let's break it down individually by the player and who exactly is contributing to the face-off win percentage here for the San Jose Sharks. Will Smith is 1 for 2. He's 50%. Alexander Wenberg is 4 for 5, 80%. Barclay Goodrow took a face-off in the defensive zone. He is 1 for 1. He took that face-off on that penalty kill. Ty Dellandrea is 1 for 3 tonight, 33%. Patrick Giles is 1 for 1, 100%. And Macklin Celebrini is 50%, 1 for 2. He won a face-off even strength in the offensive zone, lost one in the neutral zone. All right, just to be thorough here, let's cover the Blackhawks. This is something new. We'll cover just a couple of your players. How about that? We'll start with Connor Bedard. He's 1 for 3 in the face-off dot tonight. 0 for 2 in the defensive zone. 1 for 1 in the neutral zone. And all his face-offs came on even strength. And then the former Shark, Ryan Donato, who's leading this Blackhawks squad. He's on a hot streak. He's been scoring. Almost had an opportunity on a 2-on-1 in that first period. But fantastic save. Was gloved down by Alexander Georgiev. He is 2 for 5 tonight in the face-off dot. And that's about as far as I want to go into the other club's stats in the circle there. All right, so some more from the box score in that first period. Obviously, the Sharks have 2 minutes. Again, Noah Gregor got called for holding at 18 minutes and 6 seconds against Frank Nazar, and that gave the Chicago Blackhawks their first power play of the game. There's about 6 seconds remaining on that power play, so the Sharks will be shorthanded to begin the second period. Hits 12 for Chicago, 10 for San Jose. It is a rather physical game, believe it or not. 6 blocked shots for the Chicago Blackhawks, 7 for the San Jose Sharks, 6 giveaway for Chicago, 4 for San Jose. Both teams have 1 takeaway each. Again, this is the final meeting between these two clubs this season. The season series is tied 1-1. Both of these teams played against each other at home. So Chicago Blackhawks had a home game October 17th. They won 4-2. San Jose Sharks played these guys at home. They won against the Blackhawks 3-2 on October 31st. So this is the third game in the season series. It's tied up. Sharks have a 2-0 lead after 1 period. If the trend continues this season, Sharks are looking in good shape to win the season series. Obviously, we got 40 more minutes of hockey left. So let's go into your goal scorers. Let me just make sure I got that one squared away really quick before I show you. All right, perfect. All right, so let's go into the goal scorers. Why don't we? Boom. And let's expand it so it's readable here. Boom. All right, so Will Smith got the scoring started. Honestly, it felt like Celebrini did because he had a fantastic assist. And it all started from behind the Sharks' own goal line when Tyler Toffoli retrieved the puck, all right, in his own zone by the goal line, left side of Alexander Georgiev. That's his glove hand, if I'm not mistaken. And the breakout from the zone ensues. He plays it off of the boards, so he passes it out of the zone across the blue line, off of the boards in the neutral zone to a William Eklund who was already leading on the rush. All right, Eklund retrieves the puck, waits for a line change that happens, so Will Smith steps on the ice. All right. So as the line change is going on, after Will, my bad. So Will Smith steps on the ice. The reason I'm saying that's because he wasn't on the ice when the breakout in the defensive zone started. So again, Toffoli gets the puck, plays it off the boards. He has Eklund right there already pinching in the neutral zone. He takes the pass off the face-off, past the center ice line, kind of waits for the line change to happen. He passes it to Macklin Celebrini. Macklin Celebrini takes possession of the puck in the neutral zone near center ice and advances it in the zone. He then does this awesome turn of his body, all right? So he's charging into the zone. Then he turns his body kind of sideways and he skates backwards with the puck, passes it toward Smith, who again jumped on the ice during that line change. And Will Smith one-time slap shots it to beat goaltender Spencer Knight of the Blackhawks and make the score 1-0. It was an amazing goal, man. Just so for those of you who want to know exactly how far away from the net that goal was scored, well, let me tell you. Will Smith blasted that shot from 47 feet away. Okay, so just a little bit, like, not technically the slot, all right, and not technically the point, all right, but right there in that sweet spot in between the blue line and the right face-off circle, right in perspective of a bird's eye view looking down, or more specifically, the face-off circle to the left side of Spencer Knight, all right, but bottom face-off circle, all right. So anyways, 47 feet away, slap shot gets buried by Will Smith. That was fantastic, man. Great start to the game for the Sharks. Just 3 minutes and 48 seconds into the first period, and they have a 1-0 lead by one of their hottest rookies. So to expand on Will Smith here and what he's been accomplishing so far in his first season as a member of the San Jose Sharks, Smith goes 5 in a row again. So Will Smith became the second rookie in Sharks history with multiple point streaks of at least 5 games in a single season, joining Logan Couture, who did it twice, 5 games in 2010, 2011. That's from NHL.com. From the San Jose Sharks public relation team, Will Smith, it's his 3rd goal in 3 games against Chicago this season. He now has 19 points since January 20th, which leads the league amongst rookies. As far as Celebrini and William Eklund, who got the assist, this is the 4th time that this trio has combined for a San Jose Sharks goal, and Celebrini gets his 17th point, who also, since January 20th, leads the league in that span with 2nd most amongst league rookies. So again, man, Celebrini and Smith continue to stay hot. They came into this game on a hot streak, and it looks like it's going to continue. Before I continue, I got to say thank you to everybody out there. We are just, well, technically we're a little bit more with the people who are watching us right now on TikTok, but we have already surpassed, we'll just call it 100 live viewers for this Shark City Hockey Premium live stream. Thank you to everybody out there for making this the #1 trending live stream delivered by diehard San Jose Sharks fans. All right, second goal of that period was none other than another rookie, Colin Graff. Colin Graff gets his 3rd goal of the season, and it's his 2nd goal in as many nights. He scored in the previous game on Tuesday night when the Nashville Predators were at the tank. Colin Graff's 3rd goal of the season is assisted by Alexander Wenberg, his 23rd of the year, and Mario Ferraro, 7th of the season. This one was special, man. Now the Sharks are just pressing. They're just pressing. Alexander Wenberg is controlling the puck. He is to the left side of Spencer Knight. So again, that bottom right face-off dot, you know, bird's eye view looking down, right? He is right there. He passes it to the point to Ferraro, who then passes it right back to Wenberg, and then Wenberg is able to skate it in. He literally follows the face-off circle like line, like he's skating at a curve, and in between 2 players, he finds Colin Graff in the slot, who wrist shots it home to make it 2-0 San Jose at 10:16 in the 2nd period. So Colin Graff gets his 3rd goal of the season, and he was literally 24 feet away. So beautiful, like practically like right at the edge of the face-off circle, inside the face-off circle, practically the high danger zone, as you call it, right next to the hash marks outside of the face-off circle there. Beautiful goal, man. Sharks have been freaking outstanding this period, and that's where it stands as of right now. Alexander Wenberg, by the way, has 8 points in 10 games. All right, so that's a big reason, in my opinion, why he deserved to get the alternate captain patch. And yeah, man, it's been a fantastic first period for San Jose hockey fans. All right, and that right there is going to conclude our report here. Let's take a look at what's going on around the league, and let's expand that so we all can see it as well. Boom. I think y'all can see that, right? That's pretty solid. Yeah, why not? All right, so around the league, man, healthy healthy Thursday night hockey slot here. Slot of games across the National Hockey League. 9 to be exact. The final 2 being played out in California here on the West Coast, the best coast. One here at Shark City and the other one in the City Angels. Right now, the Los Angeles Kings are shutting out the Washington Capitals. Not what people who are watching the Great Chase want to see. So after one period, LA Kings have a 1-0 lead over Ovechkin's Capitals. Sounds like Sharks obviously are shutting out Connor Bedard in this first contest between Bedard and Macklin Celebrini, the 2 previous number 1 overall draft selections. And let's take a look at some scores from games that have already concluded. The Vegas Golden Knights shut out the Columbus Blue Jackets while visiting Columbus. On the road, the Vegas Golden Knights get a 4-0 victory. Tampa Bay Lightning gets a L served up courtesy of the skills competition. So Philadelphia Flyers fall on the road. The Philadelphia Flyers win at home against the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-3. 1 second here, fam. Boom, boom. Just got to do something on the side here. Let me change this music here. There we go. All right, switch up the beats. All right. So where was I? All right, so the Flyers, they win on a shootout at home. They win that score 4-3. You have the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. They get a 3-2 victory in Toronto. Just got to check really quick. Okay, I just want to see if Vitek Vanacek was in that game. I didn't expect him to be that game, just had to check. Obviously, Sharks fans know that in his first game as a Florida Panther, he got a shutout, right? But Florida Panthers go and defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs on the road 3-2. The Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the visiting St. Louis Blues 5-3. The Ottawa Senators defeat the now Brad Marchantless Boston Bruins. Ain't that something? 6-3. 6-3. In fact, I just want to double check to see if he got on the scoreboard. Okay, he did it. All right, moving on. New Jersey defeats the Oilers 3-2, and the Wild lose at overtime at home to the Rangers 2-3. So that's our intermission report. It's time to get this one wrapped up because it is game on already. So let's get rolling with our game. Sharks kill off that penalty, but it doesn't matter because unfortunately, freaking Chicago scores. So Chicago started that game or that period on a power play. They only had 6 seconds, but it took them 10 seconds to beat Alexander Georgiev right off the opening faceoff. Frank Nazar gets his 6th goal of the season. Assisted by Kaiser, his 3rd of the season. And man, my bad. I was just watching him. He beat freaking damn, that was horrible. He beat Alexander Georgiev's glove blocker side low, real low. Damn it. 10 seconds is the second period instead of 2-1 game now. That set the tone. Wow. Again, Sharks had a fantastic first period, but they got to do a whole 60 minutes of that effort. Honestly, Chicago did have the man advantage to start out that period, but that zone entry was a little too easy, to be honest. Right off the opening faceoff. In many ways, you can kind of hear the wind get taken out of the building there. The Shark Tank was rocking tonight for being a Thursday night. But damn. Donato with the shot. Rebound smothered by Georgiev. All right, we need another insurance goal. Make us feel better here in Sharks territory, because that one did kind of put a little dose of reality, right? All right, here come the Sharks. Drop pass. Kovalenko drop passes it for Dellandrea, but he just gets picked. Blackhawks Dickinson with a back check there, just takes the puck away from him before he gets a chance to shoot it. Bedard's line is out there now. I think they're offsides. Yeah. So yeah, that last goal, give me 1 second here. So, Frank Nazar, 6th of the season, assisted by Kaiser and Foligno. Pretty much right off the opening faceoff. Let me just... Yeah, right off the faceoff, Kaiser wins it to Foligno, and he just passes it across the ice to Frank Nazar, who had Mario Ferraro right in front of him. And he was able to rip past him and past Georgiev to give the Blackhawks their first goal. Off the first shot, just 10 seconds into the second period. It literally happened like 33 feet away. Inside that top face-off dot on the left side of Georgiev. So, beat Georgiev's blocker low to the right side of the cage. So that was that's where we're at right now. The Blackhawks get themselves back in this game. It wasn't a power play goal, even though it was 10 seconds into the second period. They had a 6-second power play remaining, so Sharks PK remains solid, but nonetheless that right there was kind of like, damn, that sucked. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, Sharks are about to be on the power play. It's our turn now, baby. Let's go. All right, so the guy who just scored the goal to open up periods committed a penalty. Frank Nazar gets called for hooking against none other than Macklin Celebrini. Sounds like Sharks are on the power play. Let's go. To Foley with the speed. The freaking... Oh, to Eklund and wide open cage. And what happened? He couldn't bury it. He could not bury it. All right. Ah, Sharks are offside. That was not a clean zone entry at all. All right, so Sharks have a minute remaining on this power play. First power play unit starting to show up. Oh, Celebrini looks like the puck kind of just got away from him on the shot attempt. But Sharks still setting up the attack here. Still got the offensive pressure on this power play. Celebrini with a nice shot, and what a redirect opportunity from Smith. That was amazing. They did everything but score on that play. Celebrini like a shot pass that went up kind of high, and Will Smith got his stick up on it and redeflected it into Spencer Knight. Unfortunately, not into the net, but damn, that was a good play. Mukamadul with a great interception on a zone clear attempt. 12 seconds remaining on this power play. Oh, Kovalenko fans in the slot with a feed from Graf. This power play unit looking to get another insurance goal. Few seconds remaining, but the pressure's on. Penalty is over, but the Sharks have some solid opportunities there. Oh no, here comes Chicago. Right out of the box, they shoot it high and wide. Thank goodness. Wow, what a sequence. All right. Just want to welcome everybody here, chiming in across the platforms, across Shark City Hockey platforms here. I'm Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey, and your host of tonight's watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. It sounds like Sharks have a 2-1 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks here, as we're almost halfway through this game, approaching the 7th minute of the second period here. Great glove save by Georgiev, man. As the Blackhawks are starting to kind of creep back into this game. I'll try something here real quick. Let's see.
La mira, neto. Vete a lo grande o vete a casa. Let's go big or go home. I put that on my partners. Vete a lo grande o vete a casa. Let's go big or go home. I put that on my compass. The bands are with me, the fans are with me, the enemy coming.
Yeah, baby, there it is. Let me get my music out here, man. Why not? No one gets stop. I picked it up in the wood I could drop. Never get a check from the blood and the sweat manifest what it means when you gotta be the best. From the red to the set, put the body in the bench. That's muscle what it takes when you want a big flex. Never knew the taste of defeat. I'm the king in the street, know the taste of my feet. Kissing the ring to the beat, yeah, I had to go big, now the price ain't changed. Let's go big or go home. I put that on my partners. Let's go big or go home. I put that on my compass. Go big, go big, go big or go home. Go big, go big, go big or go home. Vete a lo grande o vete a casa. Let's go big or go home. I put that on my compass. All right, back to the action. My fault. I curated this a curated playlist just for us to party to and watch along these games. So I want to make sure I can deliver it to you. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Sharks are no longer on the penalty or on the power play, so let me get rid of that. My fault. We got lost in the game. Some good action right now. Oh man, There you go, Georgiev. Georgiev with allowing some rebound opportunities there. All right, TV timeout in San Jose. I see we got almost 100 of y'all exclusively on X. The rest of y'all coming through from TikTok and also from YouTube and X. So not to flex, but we have like actually over 170. But right now my count is just at 104 because I know that right now there is at least 104 current live viewers at the moment. So all that to say, thank you to everybody out there for making Shark City Hockey's premium live streams the #1 trending live stream delivered by diehard San Jose Sharks fans in Sharks territory. All right, so I'm super happy that y'all got together with me tonight for this Thursday night hockey edition of our watch along party, and also for the first time ever, the only time this season, but not the last time for years to come, with the Blackhawks Bedard versus the Sharks Celebrini. Pretty good game. If you got money on it, Sharks still have the odds at winning this game in their favor. So right now, according to Money Puck, after 1,000 game simulations, the San Jose Sharks deserve to win-o-meter is at 71.7%. That first period was amazing. For Sharks fans. All the young future talent getting it done. First goal assisted by Eklund and Celebrini, scored by Smith. Second goal scored by another rookie, Colin Graff. That was assisted by Ferraro and Wenberg, so some alternate captains getting involved as well. The second period, though, has kind of been a little bit of more Chicago. So last period, Sharks had 10 shots on goal. Chicago had 6. Pardon me. Right now, Chicago has 5 shots on goal, and the Sharks have only generated 1. So shots are even at 11 apiece as we're almost halfway through this game. The face-off dot is starting to even out as well. The Sharks had a pretty solid lead, about like 50. What was it? I said last. But right now it's 48%, 52%. So 52% Sharks lead by the slimmest of margins. That face-off won by Chicago in the Sharks defensive zone. Whoa! That was a dirty hit to Celebrini, dude. Right in the back of the head and slides right into the boards. And that, of course, is going to draw a reaction from Vlasic to Foley, Eklund, Liljegren. And Celebrini gets back up, looking to give a receipt. He's taking his helmet off, checking stuff out. Who was that? Dude, that's a cross check to the back of the neck, dude. I know it's in his name, but Jason Dickinson cross-checks Celebrini right in that spot, in between the shoulder blades, almost the collar of his jersey in the back, sends Celebrini to the ice, sliding into the boards. This guy should be ejected. That was straight dirty. So San Jose Sharks now have a power play. Of course, they better not have freaking got us, find a way to jip us out of a power play. But let's go. We definitely need to make them pay for this one. Let's go. That was some bull shark. That was some bull shark, dude. That was dirty. That's the reason why we boo a particular person on the Utah Hockey Club who we will not name tonight. Playing dirty against Celebrini. Celebrini with a beautiful feed to Foley, but that puck had too much mustard on it. and he wasn't able to get a shot off in the slot. Celebrini sends it to the point. The Sharks are working on the power play again. Nice backhanded passes for Foley, or at least pass attempt. That's chipped away but not cleared. Sharks power play unit cycling, working the puck along the boards from the point to the boards to the goal line and back. Puck has made a trip around the world, as they say, around the rink. They're trying to feed to Foley in the slot, or at least Eklund in the slot, pardon me. The Sharks 5 forward first power play unit is out there. For those of you who don't know, that's Toffoli, Eklund, Celebrini, Smith, and Wenberg. Blackhawks get possession of the puck and skate it all the way down the Sharks' goal line, and then drop it for a line change. Here comes Celebrini now, splitting the defense, waiting for some help. Gives it Mukamadulin. Yeah! Woo! Sharks goal! San Jose Sharks get their third goal of the game. A power play goal, and it's Colin Graf getting his second goal of the night. Third goal in 2 games. Sharks make it 3-1, 10 minutes and 17 seconds into the second period. Colin Graf scored 10 minutes and 16 seconds into the first period. This guy has a spot that he likes to score at. Will Smith with the primary assist. Shakir Mukamadulin with the secondary assist. Beautiful, beautiful opportunity. Mukamadulin holds the zone. Passes Smith. Smith to the shot tip. Redirected by Colin Graf. And the Sharks get the go-ahead goal. Or the insurance goal, pardon me. 3-1 San Jose. Colin Graf with the tip in. Just 10 feet away from the goal. We're measuring from past the goal line into the net. So right in front of the freaking crease, Colin Graf tips it in. Power play goal for the San Jose Sharks. This is awesome. Yeah, let's get back to the party now. Yeah. Thank you to everybody chiming in tonight. Don't forget to like, repost, share, subscribe, all that jazz. If you're not following us already on YouTube, please consider following us. Have a primary assist in our goal of trying to reach 1,000 subs. That'll be amazing. Thank you. Of course, a reminder, whether you're watching us on X, YouTube, or Twitch, you could leave a comment in the chat, and you could react with fellow hockey fans or with yours truly, the host tonight of our watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action. The San Jose Sharks take a 3-1 lead midway through this game.
Willful and wild, this is the night.
All right, TV timeout in San Jose. Been a fantastic, fantastic game for San Jose Sharks fans. Ooh, we got a scrum. Goodrow is making Dickinson answer for that last bull shark hit on Celebrini. And Barclay Goodrow, man, he's getting some licks. Barclay Goodrow is handling business, bro. There you go. That's how it's done. Barclay Goodrow finally coming through. Yeah, baby. Love it. Absolutely love it, man. Good. Barclay Goodrow in his face. He's letting him know, I'm going to punch you in the face. Yeah. And that right there got this crowd reignited. I mean, the rookie scoring definitely is doing it, but yeah, baby, that's what's up. Finally, Goodrow. Finally. All right, so right off of this freaking fight, damn. Of course, Donato, man. Ryan Donato, former Shark, with a freaking backhanded feed right across the slot. And I don't know how. Pardon my thoughts here. So I'm watching the replay. All right, so Donato had like, oh gosh, hold on. Here he comes again with another feed. My goodness gracious. Donato is trying to turn into an assist machine here. Okay. So, pardon me if I'm not saying this correctly, but Ilya Mikheyev. So, Ilya Mikheyev gets his... Ilya Mikheyev. There we go. Ilya Mikheyev got his 15th goal of the season to make it 3-2. Sharks still lead. Ryan Donato with a freaking perfect feed on the backhand across the slot. And somehow Mikheyev gets right behind the defense and just tips that baby into the top shelf past Georgiev. So, just when we got that insurance goal and made them pay for it a little bit more, Dickinson specifically for cross-checking Michael Celebrini in the back of the freaking neck area, they go and score another goal to bring it within one. So, TV timeout. But at 13 minutes and 18 seconds, the Chicago Blackhawks make it a one-goal game yet again. All right, let's turn up the music, huh? All right. My bad. Game on. Like most of you, taking to social media to express my excitement. Blackhawks have definitely made a game out of it. Shots in this second period right now are tied up 7-7, but Sharks still looking like the better squad as they press right now with the offensive pressure. I like the wraparound opportunity by. Was that? Yep, Patrick Giles there. Good opportunity. But kind of like a low danger chance, to be real with you. But still, love it. Or was that Ty Dellandrea? That was Ty Dellandrea, pardon me. All right, Colin Graff hat-trick watch, Sharks fam. Colin Graff hat-trick watch. That would be amazing. Wouldn't it be amazing where in a game we're focused on Bedard versus Celebrini, Colin Graff goes out there and scores a hat-trick? That would be freaking awesome, dude. That would be so awesome. All right, Chicago now getting their own offensive pressure. They got the boys out there on a rather long shift. Looking at almost a minute and a half. Ooh, good job. Georgiev finds the puck with a bunch of traffic in front of his net. Smothers it up with about 3 minutes, a little bit over 3 minutes remaining in the second frame. All right, Bedard is out there with Celebrini. Bedard with a clean pass, but to Nazar, but Georgiev had the posts covered up pretty tightly there. Oh no. Okay, good. I was hoping that wasn't a penalty against the Sharks. It's not. All right, Chicago pressing, man. Oh, they had Georgiev down there for a second. Almost he had the net exposed right above him, man. Chicago right now is a very, very well, very good sustained offensive pressure. And the Sharks ice the puck. Whoa. Home broadcasting crew just exposed Georgiev right now. He lost sight of the puck and got lucky it wasn't buried low to his right side. Actually, the puck made its way to the net, but it hit the outside of the post. Home crowd on his feet, giving Barclay Goodrow applause, appreciation for handing it to Dickinson for his hit on Celebrini. All right, about 80 seconds left in the second frame, and right now, for the last few minutes, it's been all Chicago. So Donato trying to set it up again. They are able to get him to the ground. A clearing attempt gets gloved down and sent back into the zone by the Blackhawks. Sharks, Georgiev. Oh, what a nice pass! Opportunity for Smitty. He just didn't have the right angle and nobody there to help him. So less than a minute left and the puck is deep in the Sharks zone yet again. All right, here comes Smith. He takes the puck out of the defensive zone, dumps it. That gets him two behind the goal line. Blackhawks goaltender Spencer Knight comes out in the trapezoid and plays it. Blackhawks slap it all the way down, but that's icing. All right, that's good. We needed that right there, man. Chicago's pressing. Chicago's been pressing. All right, so just a quick reminder, we will have a second intermission report per tradition. And as usual here, after the second intermission, I like to take a brief moment to pause, allow you all to get something to munch on, something to sip on. Yours truly will be getting some agua because, sharks need water. And, maybe some of you have to visit a facility for a little private time, do what you got to do. But in a couple of moments, we'll be back here for our second intermission report. All right, so very, very entertaining game tonight here at the Shark Tank for this first and meeting between Bedard and Celebrini, and the final meeting between these two clubs. San Jose Sharks have a 3-2 lead after 2 periods. And I want to bump the music, and you all just chill, and we'll be back in just a few moments. I'm Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey and host of this live watch-along party with real-time reaction to the action as the San Jose Sharks are taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Thank you to everybody, the 100 plus of you out there across all of our platforms, joining me this evening here for a Thursday night hockey edition of a Shark City Hockey premium live stream. So you just chill and kick back, and we'll come back with that second intermission report in just a moment. A little bit of chips and salsa, some agua. All right. All right, what's happening? What's Jocelyn? What's Gucci? What's up, everyone? What is happening? San Jose Sharks have 3-2 lead. They've been leading this whole game. But the Blackhawks, they've been pressing. Made a period out of it. So, let's talk about it, huh? All right. Let's start out with the stats. Shots on goal for the San Jose Sharks are 17 after 2 periods. They had 7 in that second period, 10 in the first. For the Blackhawks, they had 6 in the first and 8 in the second for a grand total of 14 shots on goal. Face-off battles are now in, they're leaning toward Chicago Blackhawks, right? So, let's break it down as we usually do here, the face-off battles here. So in that first period, the San Jose Sharks had 64%. They won 64% of the face-offs in that first period. That's 9 out of 14. Pardon me really quick here. That's what I said. Go get your munch on. Go get something to sip on. It's been quite a long evening here, but nonetheless, let's continue. In that second period, Sharks definitely could use some improvement, man. So 8 out of 22 face-off wins for the Sharks in that second frame. Let's break it down now by strength. So the grand total is 17 out of 36, 47% after 2 periods. During even strength in the offensive zone, or during even strength, pardon me, in that second period, the Sharks are 6 for 18. On the power play, they're 2 for 3. And shorthanded, 0 for 1. All right, so now breaking it down by strength and zone. Rather, let's just break it down by all situations, whether it's even strength, shorthanded, or on the power play, and by per zone. Okay, so collectively all together through 2 periods. In the offensive zone, the Sharks are 4 for 10 on the faceoffs. In the defensive zone, they're 6 for 12. And in the neutral zone, there's 7 for 14. That's some pretty easy math there, right? So 4 for 10 in the offensive zone, 40%. 6 for 12 in the defensive zone, 50%. And 7 for 14 in the neutral zone, 50%. So the grand total, collectively, in all situations, in all zones, 17 out of 36 face-off wins for the Sharks. That's 47% through 2 periods. Now we're going to look at the players who are contributing to that face-off win percentage, starting with Will Smith. He's 1 for 2 tonight, 50%. Alexander Wenberg is 4 for 6, 67%. Barclay Goodrow is 1 for 3, 33%. Ty Dellandrea is 1 for 6, 17%. Patrick Giles is 4 for 6, 67%. And Macklin Celebrini is 6 for 13, 46%. All that averaging to the 47% face-off win. All that adding up to the face-off win percentage of 47. All right. So, for those of you who may want to know, Connor Bedard is 3 for 5, 60% in the face-off dot. You know what? Let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's see. Let's see who Connor Bedard, like how well he's going against each person. So, Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini have just one face-off with each other, it seems, and Connor Bedard won it. So Connor Bedard has also won a face-off against Barclay Goodrow and Patrick Giles. However, he lost a face-off to Will Smith and Alexander Wenberg. In fact, he lost 2 face-offs to both of those guys, and he lost 2 face-offs. But he won 2 faceoffs against Barclay Goodrow, 2 against Macklin Celebrini, and 2 against Patrick Giles. So that's not corrected. So right now, Bedard is winning the faceoffs against Celebrini, but he's losing them against Wenberg and Smith. All right. Just thought I'd add a little bit extra there since, it's a superstar-studded game here. All right, so Sharks are 1 for 2 on the power play, courtesy of Colin Graff. We'll go over the goal scorers in just a minute. Hits 19 for the Blackhawks, 16 for the Sharks. By the way, the Blackhawks are 0 for 1 on the power play tonight, and 6 block shots for the Blackhawks, 11 for the San Jose Sharks, 11 giveaways for Chicago, 12 for San Jose, 3 takeaways for Chicago, 2 takeaways for San Jose. All right, I'm pretty sure I have to edit this, so give me a quick moment. Had a lot of goal scores. Boom. Boom. There are your goal scores through the first 2 periods. All right, so we've already talked about the first period during our first intermission, so we're going to focus solely on the 3 goals that were scored in the second frame. Okay? So Frank Nazar got the first goal of the game for the Chicago Blackhawks. It happened right off of the opening faceoff of the second period, just 10 seconds into that second period. Essentially what happened was the Sharks started shorthanded. They had a 6-second penalty to kill off to start that second period, and Chicago won the faceoff, and it was one back to the defensive zone. They literally skated, they backtrack into their own zone, across their own blue line, and then they advance the puck to the neutral zone. So a cross rink pass from left to right finds Frank Nazar. That pass obviously was fed to him by Kaiser, who I think it initially won the face-off. Anyways, bottom line is Frank Nazar wrists it right past Georgiev in the face-off circle, left side of Georgiev, so his glove hand side. He didn't beat him glove hand side, though. He beat his blocker side down low to the right side of the net. That shot came about, let me see, how many feet away was it? Pardon me, 1 second. It was 33 feet away. So that was the first goal, not a power play goal, but essentially, they had the man advantage for the first 6 seconds during that zone entry, and they caught the Sharks. They caught them lacking pretty much. Ops caught them lacking. Second goal was on a power play goal by Colin Graff, his 4th of the season, his 2nd of the game. So Colin Graff, hat trick watch, baby. He has 3 goals in his last 2 games. So fantastic call up from the Sharks. Obviously, he was spending some time with the CUDA, or between the Sharks and the CUDA this season. He was on the bottom 6 roll last game. Tonight he returns to the top 6, and he's looking good on that power play unit as well. So Colin Graff gets an even strength goal in the first period and a power play goal in the second. That was by Will Smith and Shakir Mukhamadullin. That made it 3-1 San Jose just halfway through the second period, 10 minutes and 17 seconds in. Fun fact, Colin Graff's first goal was scored 10 minutes and 16 seconds into the first period. So he literally scored at just a second off at the same time slot in that second frame. So that was pretty chill. Probably one of the more easier goals he'll have, just a tip in. It was probably a goal. So Macklin Celebrini carries the puck out of his own zone and into the offensive zone. He splits pretty much everybody, elects to pass. So he splits everyone across Chicago's own zone. All their penalty killers, literally skates by all of them. It's pretty amazing. So he enters the zone low near the penalty box area, right? So, if we're going to look at a bird's eye view with the benches being on the north side and the penalty box being on the south side of the rink, then he enters in the zone going from east to west in the south side of the rink, and then goes across the rink. So from south up toward the north into the face-off circle on the top of the left side of Chicago goaltender Spencer Knight. Celebrini then sends it to the point where Shakir Mukhamadullin is at, and Mukhamadullin sends it to Smith, who sends it toward the net, and it gets tipped in by Colin Graff, who is literally standing right in front of the crease to give, let me see, how far is he? He's literally like 10 feet away from the back of the net, and he gets his 4th goal this season, and it's on the power play. And as far as the 3rd goal that was scored in that second frame, that was, now I want to try this one more time. It was by Ilya Mikheyev. Ilya Mikheyev. All right, my fault. By Ilya Mikheyev, his 15th of the season, assisted by Ryan Donato and Tara Vanden. Now, Donato is hot for the Chicago Blackhawks. We said it at the opening of our live stream during our face-off countdown show. So he continues to build upon his point total. Now his 26 assists of the season. Pretty freaking easy. They're calling it a wrist shot, but to me it was almost a tip-in shot. But nonetheless, I guess it's a wrist shot. Donato, pretty much, it was a great play by Donato. I hate to say it, the former Shark. He helped keep the play alive in the Sharks' zone when there was a clearing effort by Jimmy Schultz, Celebrini, and Eklund. And what ended up happening was Tara Vanden got the puck, found Donato in the faceoff circle. They had Vincent Descharnay split. They had him split wide open, man. Like, it was a 2-on-1 essentially that generated deep in the Sharks zone, or from the point of the Sharks zone. And Donato just backhand passes it to Mikheyev, who, even though they're calling a wrist shot, he practically just redirected it right up past Georgiev, right in front of the net. Literally, let's look at it here, like 6 feet away from the back of the net. So he was in the crease, and we got him saying, "How long till it starts?" So right now we are in the second intermission, my friend. So we have about 90 seconds before the start of the third. Thanks for asking, and thanks for reminding me, man. I can spend a lot of time on these goals, but that's the 3 goals that we have in that second period. And let's quickly take a peek at scores around the league. You already know the deal. Looks like the Kings are still shutting out OV in the Capitals, so the great chase has kind of come to a pause. Their third period is just beginning. It's underway. A look around the league, some scores here. Golden Knights win 4-0 in Columbus. The Flyers win in a shootout against the Lightning at home. Toronto falls at home to the visiting Florida Panthers 3-2. Penguins beat the Blues 5-3 in Pittsburgh. The Senators defeat the Boston Bruins 6-3 at home. New Jersey defeats the visiting Edmonton Oilers at home 3-2. And the Minnesota Wild fall at home in overtime to the visiting New York Rangers 3-2. And that's your look around the league as we are moments away here from puck drop. Literally just seconds. So thank you very much. That right there was our second intermission report. We're getting ready for the third period here. And perhaps stay tuned for our game final, Sharks game final, immediately following the live watch along party. So no need to worry about connecting to another stream. It's all in sequence. We open up with the face-off countdown show. We enjoy the watch along party with each other, and then we do our game final show, all within one premium live stream presented by Shark City Hockey, your go-to source for San Jose Sharks fandom, where we cover legends and legacies here in the 408. That's right. Not only are we doing San Jose Sharks watch-along parties for every game to conclude the 2024-25 season, we're also going to get together for San Jose Barracuda hockey games as well. So be on the lookout for watch-along parties for the San Jose Barracuda. They are actually playing this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So, if time permits, the Sharks do have a really early game against Washington. I think it's at 2 o'clock, right? Yeah, 2 o'clock on Saturday. So, time permits, we'll be able to do 2 watch-alongs. We'll see how it goes. Yours truly does have season tickets to the CUDA, and I will be enjoying a few of those games. So we won't have a watch-along for every game as their season is coming toward the end as well. But, for the most part, we'll have watch-along parties here to conclude this San Jose hockey season. And then, can't wait to see the playoffs, man, for the CUDA. So hopefully don't jinx them. But second intermission is officially over. So the boys have returned to the bench, and we're just waiting for puck drop and for game on in the opening period, or in the third period here. So hang tight as we get ready to see if the Sharks will close out this one with the victory, baby. All right, getting ready for game on, baby. Just so y'all know, we've had over 200 people join us live tonight. Right now, currently with 112 live viewers, and then some from TikTok. So, just want to say Shout out to all of you for making Shark City Hockey Premium live streams the #1 trending live stream presented by diehard San Jose Sharks fans, San Jose hockey fans rather. For you San Jose hockey fans, or hockey fans in general, because I know a lot of you out there join us from different fan bases. So welcome to everyone. Colorado is trying to set up camp in this first period, trying to score right off of the opening draw, just like they did in the second. It's offsides though, so good for us. Good save. Good second save on the rebound by Georgiev. Ooh, here we go. Will Smith with an opportunity. The real estate in that offensive zone closed really fast, though. Didn't quite have the angle. But, ooh, Sharks almost get possession of that at the point. But now they have to reset here. They were in the midst of a line change. All right, here we go. Sharks now. Good zone entry. 4-on-2 if they can hurry up. Nice shot. Rebound by Spencer Knight, cleaned up. Now it's getting a little scrummy down there. Some face washes happening with Mark Oder Vlasic. I love it. I love to hear the Shark Tank. So lively. I really do. Great turnout tonight. There's tons of red in that arena too for Chicago, so they got some representation in the tank as well. So I went to the last one on Halloween night. It was fun booing Bedard. All right. So first 4 minutes, some excellent opportunities in the offensive zone. Not many quality chances created, though. As we approach the 5th minute in this third period, The Blackhawks do have 4 shots on goal, and San Jose has 1. So shots on goal total is 18 apiece. Oh man, good zone entry by Chicago, but a great save by Georgiev, and he's going to stop the play right there.
Run another skull so white, look, ayy. We can do this blind, no wonder Stevie. Where I bring the storm, catch wind too breezy. You should know the rain been too long, the flex is too strong. I'm throwing in game, but I first it's in game. We don't want fake or no plastic back chain. We need the real go and a record 12-0 and whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning, yeah. Whole team winning.
All right, face off deep in the Sharks zone. Nazar wins that for the Blackhawks. Blackhawks looking for a game-tying goal, while the Sharks again are looking to get an insurance goal. The Sharks had a 2-0 lead to end the first period. Oh, here we come. 2-on-1 opportunity. He has Graf. Oh, we were all looking for Smith. Smith and Graf coming on the 2-on-1 advantage. We were all looking for Smith to set up Graf for that hat trick, but Smith elected to shoot first. It's all good, understandable. Smith has a goal as well, so I was just saying the Sharks ended that first period with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of Will Smith and Colin Graf. Chicago did score to cut the lead in half. Sharks did score again, courtesy of Colin Graf. He has 2 tonight, 1 on the power play goal in the second period, and then the Chicago Blackhawks scored right back to keep it within 1. So Blackhawks have yet to have a tie game or a lead, and that's how we want to keep it. So let's see if the San Jose Sharks can get another insurance goal here. Breathe a little bit easier out there, skate a little bit looser, not like, like undisciplined and losing your assignments, but you know what I'm saying, like play with the lead. So we all know the infamous trend this season is Sharks unable to hold a third period lead and losing games by 1 goal. We do not want to see any of that tonight. Markilar Vlasic blasts it from the point. That's blocked. Celebrini's out there now. Liljegren at the blast. That goes all the way up and back down. That one popped up and went back down in the ice. In case you're wondering what I was referring to there. So that first line is out there. Eklund, Celebrini. Sharks are retreating. Looks like they're going for a line change. So we'll see who Rosovsky called out next. I see Kovalenko out there. And I see Desharnais. So it looks like the third line is out there. Georgiev stops the puck. So we have a TV timeout. So let's kick it for a little bit. So I get something squared away here on the side. I'm going to keep the music bumping.
You think you a legend, what they say, I say for sure you right. All I ever know is being OG, I'm a prototype. Cooler than the polo sweater, brighter than the police like. Beast mode is a deep grind, speak gold over each line. No cheat code, I'm a beast bro, you a bistro in this E-time. Got big goals and a big dream on the beach shore, taking me time. My whole team lit too tough, we too up like peace signs. I'm real, raised up in the field, grinding while the sun is on me, I ain't got no chill. Get it out the dirt and work like I ain't got a deal. I'm trying to blow 100 bands and tell you lames how I feel. We ain't throwing up a brick, dog. The game tipped off. I'm out the kennel, catch me running with the big dogs. Don't hear the critics, they can kick rocks like kickball. They not important, boy, I'm Jordan to the pitfalls. Too many L's over there, I'm trying to big ball. I'm trying to level up a bit, I'm talking Rich Paul. I hit the floor and get it jumping like I'm crisscross. Throw me and Cannon in the booth and that's a hit, dog. I've been in the jump all week, leveled up though. Ooh wee, that's a whole lot of wins on me. That's a whole lot of wins on me. I'm a big dog, no leash, you all part.
All right, we're ready for the face-off, going deep in the Sharks zone. Block aside of Georgiev. Sharks win that one. Clear the zone. Another whistle. Looks like the puck went to the bench. Pardon me, they're going to snack on again. All right, here we go. 7 minutes have passed. We are in the 8th minute of this third period. Shots on goal for the San Jose Sharks, 20. 18 for the Chicago Blackhawks. A wearable cape flag for a Barrier Unite promotion in the Shark Tank for the Valkyries, the newest women's basketball team, I believe it is. Pardon me if I'm incorrect on that, but a wearable cape is the giveaway. That sounds kind of cool. Actually, since we're talking about giveaways, if you haven't had a chance to cop one, if you're a season ticket holder and or if you already have a ticket to the game, you can just cop one. They're like $12, but they're doing a giveaway at the CUDA game, an upcoming CUDA game, like a couple weeks from now, and they're giving away an oven mitt that looks like a goalie glove. Man, it is dope. I already picked up a few. Potentially going to give one away. Best way to be on top of that as we conclude our another season here at Shark City Hockey. We're going to have a giveaway eventually. We're going to do a major giveaway show, to be honest with you. Last season we gave away a San Jose Sharks jersey. So, you know, we're not just handing out things that our buddies hook us up with, you know, from boxes that fall off of the truck. You know what I mean? We like to show our appreciation for all of you that support us. So be on the lookout for that. And the best way to be on top of that is to follow us on social media at Shark City Hockey on X. Subscribe and follow to our YouTube channel at Shark City Hockey. And of course, home to our most relatable, most influential San Jose Sharks fan-led content is on our Instagram at Shark City Hockey. Ooh-wee. Bedard did the nasty splits right there. All right, so we're seconds away from the middle of this third frame here. As I don't know if you got auto-corrected because of the way you normally text, but I'm assuming you meant overshot. What do I think his over-under shots are on goal is what you're asking me, right? Well, he has a goal in this game thus so far. He's one of the hottest Blackhawks coming into this game. As a matter of fact, Yeah, no worries, bro. That's all good, man. So, Ia Mikheyev, if I'm saying that correctly, he enters the game. So his shots on goal per game average this season has been about 1.64. All right, so whatever that's worth to you. But tonight he has a goal on one shot, so he's right there within his average, and he scored. So, you know, give or take 2 or 3. But, you know, one shot on goal, goal scored through 50 minutes of hockey. Wait, who gets a 10 minutes misconduct? My bad. I'm missing some stuff here really quick. So, Connor Bedard got abuse of officials at 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Abuse of officials. So, I was hearing boos. That must be from all the people wearing red at the Shark Tank tonight. But if it's a 10-minute game misconduct, it doesn't look like there's a power play being awarded. It's still even strength, but if it's 10 minutes, then that means he's done for the rest of the evening. You're asking if I think he gets another shot on goal? I mean, it's probable, man. Especially without Bedard out there now. And the way Ryan Donato's been playing tonight, you know, he's bound to feed him a couple of times. The question is if the shot on goal will get to the goalie. You know, sometimes at these shots they go wide, other times they hit bodies, you know, traffic in front of the net. So long story short is, you know, I'm just reporting right now the shots that are actually registered as being on goal, but in terms of like how many shots he's actually taken tonight, not too sure. Let me see. You know, with Ryan Donato tonight, so far, it looks like they've had 3 shots for 5 shot attempts. So one of those is from Mikheyev, and it's a goal. So their shots for percentage is 37.5. So you know, I won't go any deeper than that into the analytics. But long story short is they're getting, you know, that's the second line that he's playing on with Teravainen and Ryan Donato. And, you know, they have, between the 4 lines, they have the second most shots for, but the most shot attempts. So, or shots against, pardon me, not attempts. Shots against. I'm probably misleading you on that one. So what I'm trying to get at is, like, what I'm trying to say is they've had registered 3 shots, but they have the most shots against, meaning that as much as they're creating offense, it's almost being equally met with offense from the Sharks. So there is a probability that he could get one more shot. The question is, you know, if they're skating backwards or if they get the opportunity in the Sharks zone. Obviously, on this live stream, we're hoping that it's you know, the latter, right? So all right, less than 9 minutes remaining here. It's been a fantastic game. Thank you all for coming through. Thank you all for chiming in. Usually around this hour is when we get the people coming in with some money on the line. So Been a great game. Great spectator game. All right. Chicago Blackhawks are out there trying to generate offense, and speaking of which, it looks like that line is out there. I see Donato. Oh, here comes Celebrini. Gets possession of the puck low. Nice cross-ice pass to Eklund. He had to kind of regain possession of it, so he takes behind the net. Celebrini, Eklund out there outworking an entire line for the Blackhawks, including the line of Donato and Teravanian, pardon me. All right, we're coming up on 7 minutes remaining in this period. 7 minutes remaining in regulation. Still hoping for that Sharks to get that insurance goal over here. Got someone from TikTok, and pardon me if this is delayed, but it says, how about these rookies? How about them rookies, bro? Will Smith with the goal. Celebrini with an assist. Mulcom Dolan with an assist. Will Smith with an assist and a goal. So multi-point night for Smith. 2 goals for Colin Graff. Patrick Watch. Yeah, these rookies are amazing. Thank you for chiming in on TikTok. Pardon me. I get lost into the game sometimes. All right. So stoppage in play because the net came off the mooring. So as the refs get that squared away, I just want to say thank you to everybody for chiming in. We have had over, let's see, between TikTok and our other platforms on Twitch, YouTube, X, we have had over 200 what do you want to say, party goers? What to come with a name? We've got over 200 strong at some point be a part of this live watch along party. At the current moment, I can verify at least 116 of you are still watching along here, as it sounds like Sharks are trying to get a dub, break their losing streak. They're currently on a 3-game skid. Obviously, I'm sure everyone in the fan base here in Sharks territory wants to see Macklin Celebrini win his first game against Connor Bedard. Not so much of a rivalry right now, considering where both teams are in the standings. Some of you call this the battle of the basement. You know what I mean? The 32nd ranked Sharks versus the 31st ranked Blackhawks. But long story short is, eventually these two teams will find their way out of the bottom of the standings in NHL, and when that time comes around, potentially, if they get a playoff series against each other, this will be a great rivalry to look forward to and to watch develop for years to come. So 6 minutes remaining in regulation. Once again, thank you all for making Shark City Hockey Premium live streams the #1 trending live streams presented by diehard San Jose hockey fans. If you're not following us already, please consider having a primary assist in our goal, or on our goal of reaching 1,000 subs on YouTube. Otherwise, if you're on Twitch, if you're on X, or if you're on TikTok, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, all that jazz. And here we go, man. Approaching the 15th minute. Celebrini, the stretch pass to Foley. Now working backhand opportunity. Oh! Looks like Spencer Knight just barely got his pad down to prevent that opportunity from Toffoli looking for another goal. Here comes Macklin Celebrini. Ooh, almost split 4. Blackhawks who collapsed on him, take that puck away. But that was Celebrini has been having his way, been weaving his way through 3, sometimes 4 bodies, skating back into the defensive zone for the Chicago Blackhawks. Bedard is nowhere to be found during this game. As a matter of fact, I think he's done for the night for abuse against. Here's Colin Graff. Colin Graff! Oh! Going from left to right across the goal crease. He had pressure. He had a man on. He was trying to get his hat trick. But back to the point, I think Bedard's done for the evening because he got a abuse of the officials penalty. If I'm not mistaken, that's 10 minutes that you have to serve, plus a game misconduct, if I'm not mistaken. So Ryan Donato's out there now. Donato's lying, so that means EM. Oh, that was a shot by Teravainen. So he is in the game right now. They just had a shot on goal. They're lying for the guy who's watching along, hoping for that second shot. Second shot from Ilya Mikheyev. Mikheyev is, unless they elect to do a line change, they're out of TV timeout right now, but his line just went out there. So that line consisting of Ryan Donato and Teravainen. I'll let you know when he gets a second shot on goal. All right. I don't know if I finished my thought earlier, but what I was trying to get at was I was inviting you all to, follow, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Would deeply appreciate it. In fact, I'm looking forward to our game final show. We'll check in to see if it looks like that's what's going to happen. But right now, the Kings still shutting out the Caps. So, gotta wait for the great chase. All right, here we go, baby. Approaching 17th minute. Or in the 17th minute. By the way, for those of you in attendance, and we already know you don't have to be in attendance, but the Sharks gave you all free tacos, baby. You got your tacos. Under 2 minutes now, fam. Under 2 minutes. All right, empty net. All right, so they got the extra attacker out there, and for the brother looking for a second shot from Mikheyev. I do not see number 95 for Chicago out there right now. So there's a chance he might come out again if they get a second line change. But right now it matters that the Sharks keep the puck out of the net with 90 seconds remaining in regulation. Oh, what an opportunity for the Sharks, but it's icing. Eklund with an opportunity. It's just, I feel you, brother. As long as that shot doesn't go in the goal, bro, I'm all for it, all right? Donato, wow, I had a freaking flashback. Donato, again and again, Donato is pressing. Oh, we're going to have a fight. All right, so Mikheyev is out there. He's actually face washing Desharnais right now. Or Desharnais, pardon me. So I'll let you know if he gets a shot, but he's out there now. I see him. Looks like he almost got a shot there, but Georgiev just smothered it. All right, let's go Sharks. Come on, let's clean this up and get a dub. All right, Sharks able to clear that zone. Now, just a quick disclaimer that the game action tracker sometimes it tends to be about 20 seconds, give or take 30 seconds ahead. But we are under 1 minute remaining. Georgiev shoots it. That goes wide. Empty net goal, baby. Empty net goal. That's all she wrote, baby. That's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. San Jose Sharks got the empty net goal. They will get the victory. Sorry, brother. I know you were hoping for another shot, but it ain't going to happen. That is it. San Jose Sharks are going to go home with the dub, baby. All right. San Jose Sharks earn a victory. The losing streak is over yet again. Los Tiburones had a very impressive game against Connor Bedard's Blackhawks. Sharks were freaking dominating this game for the most part. Sorry, brother, that you didn't hit. I'll do you a solid and just check one more time to see if during any of those shots on goal he was registered and recorded an extra one. So just stay on the line. As it stands, he only got that one shot and that one goal, bro. So it is what it is. The Sharks win this game by a final score of 4-2. So you all stay tuned. We're about to do our final show here in just a second. So quick shout out to all 117 plus of you connecting with us. At some point, we've had well over 200 people tonight for a Thursday Night Hockey edition of our premium live stream here presented by Shark City Hockey. So just hang tight, enjoy the victory, and enjoy the jams so I get the game final show squared away for you all. All right? What a game. Yeah, and don't forget, if you're watching us on X, YouTube, or Twitch, you can leave a comment. And you could also get, you can interact with the fans here. Your fellow hockey fans, your fellow Sharks fans. Connor Bedard did not get a chance to go on the ice again for abuse of the officials. Dang! Anyways, what a way to conclude that first matchup. But give me a quick second here, fam, as we get ready for this game final show. All right. All right, welcome to everybody who may potentially just been joining us late here. And to everybody who's been a part of the live stream from the beginning, from the face-off countdown show to the watch-along party. Now, welcome to the Shark City Hockey game final show. In case you forgot, I'm Aaron James, creative at Shark City Hockey, and your host of this evening's game final show. It sounds like Sharks handled business today, baby. Sounds like Sharks handled business. They did what they had to do, and they freaking won the season series against the Chicago Blackhawks. Sharks end the season series 2-1, getting both victories at home. And more importantly, they get the victory for Macklin Celebrini. And you know what? We'll even extend it to Will Smith, Colin Graff, Shakir Mukhamadullin, pretty much all the rookies for the San Jose Sharks against Connor Bedard, the quote-unquote generational talent. All right, so it's been an eventful game. Let's jump right into the stats here. So, San Jose Sharks, man. Shots on goal, 25. Chicago, 26. So let's break it down by the period. San Jose Sharks had 10 shots on goal in the first, 7 in the second, 8 in the third for a grand total of 25. Whereas the Blackhawks had 6 in the first, 8 in the second, and third period, they registered 12 shots on goal for a total of 26. All right. Face-off percentage. San Jose Sharks, they were dominating the first period in the face-off dot, but it started to kind of slip away from them as each frame went by. So the total end at 48.1% for the San Jose Sharks in the face-off dot, 51.9. We're going to just go ahead and round out to 52 for Chicago and 48 for San Jose. And while we're looking at the face-off, let's break it down by period, by strength, by zone, and by each individual San Jose Shark player that contributed to the face-off win percentage. So, from the top, in the first period, the Sharks went 9 for 14, 64% in the face-off dot. They're really impressive, but that dropped to 36% of the face-off wins in the second period, 8 out of 22. All right. They won 9 out of 18, so 50%. So they kind of averaged out. They did a little bit better in that third period, and at the end of the evening, 26 faceoffs out of 54 for a total of 48% in the faceoff dot. Now on even strength, the Sharks won 46% while even strength, 22 out of 48. While on the man advantage, the power play, the Sharks won 67%, 2 out of 3. And same results while shorthanded, 2 out of 3, 67%. Again, a grand total of 26 faceoff wins out of 54, 48%. Now let's break it down by zone, starting with even strength. In the offensive zone, the Sharks went 4 for 11, 36%. In the defensive zone, 11 for 21, 52%. And in the neutral zone, 7 for 16, 44%. That's a total of 22 out of 48 face-off wins, while even strength, 46%. While shorthanded, the Sharks are 1 for 1 in the defensive zone and 1 for 2 in the neutral zone for a total of 67 shorthanded face-off wins, 2 out of 3. While on the man advantage, the Sharks went 1 for 2 in the offensive zone, 1 for 1 in the neutral zone for a total of 2 out of 3 wins, while on the power play, 67%. So all situations, aka strengths per zone, 5 for 13 in the offensive zone, 12 for 22 in the defensive zone, 9 for 19 in the neutral zone, grand total 26 out of 54, 48%. Yes, buddy, Sharks win. The Sharks absolutely win. All right, so I think we deserve to have a Sharks win graphic. So while we're on that, let's just quickly remind everybody here to type Sharks dub. Type Sharks dub. Do that one more time in case you can't see it. Boom. Boom. Everyone type Sharks dub or leave a happy face emoji in the comment section. All right. It's Victory Thursday. Tomorrow will be Victory Friday. All right. Back to our game final show here. We're going to break down the face-off win percentage. Contributors. The best way to say it. Will Smith went 1 for 3 in the face-off dot, 33%. Alexander Wenberg went 10 for 16, 63%. Barclay Goodrow went 2 for 5, 40%. Ty Del'Andrea went 3 for 9, 33%. Patrick Giles went 4 for 7, 57%. And Macklin Celebrini went 6 out of 14, 43%. All those San Jose Sharks members contributed to the overall 48% face-off win percentage. Go Sharks! All right. pretty eventful night. Sharks went 1 for 2 on the power play. We'll go into the goal scoring in just a second. A lot went down. A lot of penalties. Mostly on Chicago's side. Chicago, by the way, went 0 for 1. So, San Jose Sharks, Noah Gregor got called for holding at the end of the first period. That was killed. No problem. Some coinciding penalties include the second period when Dickinson and Goodrow were fighting. And I'll explain to you why they dropped the gloves in a second. Before that, Frank Nazar got called for hooking against Macklin Celebrini. And then in the third period, one that didn't really count as a power play, Connor Bedard got called for abuse of the officials. He had to sit out for 10 minutes. And that was practically the whole game, the rest of the period, because it occurred like 9 minutes and 10 seconds into that period. All right, let's talk about the fight. Dickinson. I said this during the stream. I know it's in his name, but Dickinson had a nasty move, a Dickinson move, and cross-checked Macklin Celebrini in the back of his freaking neck, dude. Now, that might sound a little dramatic, so let me be exact. He cross-checked them right in between the shoulder blades, all right, the lower part of his neck, practically just inches below the collar of his jersey, all right. That sent Macklin Celebrini to the ice, sliding into the boards, all right, behind the goal line in the offensive zone, all right. And immediately, that created, a scrum. Now, Dickinson was called for cross-checking against Macklin Celebrini and sent to the box. But that didn't mean nothing to Barclay Goodrow, who immediately after Dickinson came out of the box, dropped the gloves and gave him a couple of souvenirs to take along, their road trip here. It was a freaking fight, to say the least. It was a good fight. Anyways, so those are pretty much your penalties. Penalty minutes in total for Chicago, 19, 7 for San Jose, 24 hits for the Blackhawks, 21 for the San Jose Sharks, 10 blocked shots for Chicago, 16 for San Jose, 18 giveaways for Chicago, 17 for San Jose, 5 takeaway for the Blackhawks, and 2 for the Sharks. All right, that right there is your box score. That's your face-off summary. And now it's time to talk about goals scored. So pardon me really quick as I edit this on the fly so everyone can see how this went down. Boom. All right. How about them Sharks, baby? Will Smith got the goal started for the San Jose Sharks. It was a beautiful primary assist by Macklin Celebrini. Secondary assist by William Eklund. I could go into how it went down if you really want me to describe it, but I think I would rather just talk about how amazing these three players are gelling together. Now, a lot of the noise recently in Sharks territory has been surrounding William Eklund, particularly about one of his, favorite teammates, practically family in his eyes, Fabian Zetterlund, being sent away during the trade deadline. Now, I equally can share that sentiment of frustration, confusion, etc. But nonetheless, William Eklund continues to gel with Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith. The three of them have connected for 4 goals this season. So long story short is, even though Fabian Zetterlund, no matter how we could debate and may feel about him and may still feel about that trade, some of us have already accepted it. Others are still holding on and haven't let go, thinking that maybe Zetterlund will come back in the offseason despite them not being able to come to an agreement during contract negotiations this season. So highly unlikely. But back to the point is, these three players are going to be fantastic for the San Jose Sharks, man. Like, this right here is the future. Like, this is your starting line. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, though, believe it or not, even though they connected, I believe the lines were Celebrini, Eklund, and Toffoli. Will Smith was playing with Wenberg and Colin Graff, who had a fantastic game as well. So this first goal scored scored for the San Jose Sharks, was fantastic. Tyler Toffoli pretty much invests the puck. He retrieves the puck in his own zone by the goal line, Sweet pass off the boards into the neutral zone to Eklund. It literally goes off the boards and meets Eklund past the center ice line. Eklund then elects to kind of stop in a neutral zone in front of the bench, waiting for the Sharks to make a change. That's when Will Smith steps on the ice. So Eklund passes it to Celebrini. Celebrini drives the puck into the offensive zone, kind of pivots and skates backward, protecting the puck to his left side. He then drops not practically a drop pass, but it was really a forward pass, but he passes it upward toward the blue line to Smith, who then slaps it home, one-timer, baby, and that made it 1-0 San Jose Sharks at 3 minutes and 48 seconds into the first period. Will Smith's 13th goal of the season, Celebrini's 29th assist of the year, Willem Eklund's 35th assist of the year. Some more stats on that Will Smith goal. Will Smith is now the second rookie in Sharks history with multiple point streaks of at least 5 games in a single season, joining Logan Couture, who did it twice with 5 games in 2010-2011. Also, some more stacked upon that is that Will Smith's third goal in 3 games against Chicago this season. It was his third goal in 3 games, so he scored a goal in every game that the Sharks has faced Chicago this season. All right. He also has 19 points since January 20th, the most amongst league rookies. Celebrini is the second most scoring among league rookies with his 17th point during that same time span. So since the Sharks played the Boston Bruins in Boston on January 20th. All right. Will Smith's scoring streak is now extended to 5 games, 3 goals and 3 assists in the last 5 games. And as I said, Eklund to Celebrini to Smith, not necessarily that sequence, but those 3 players, that trio, have connected 4 times this season for a San Jose Sharks goal. So stick taps to them. All right, let's talk about Colin Graf, baby. Colin Graf, what a night. Almost had a hat trick. He scored his 3rd and 4th goal in this evening. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we're just going to cover the Sharks goals. So if you're here to want to talk about the Chicago Blackhawks goals, I recommend that, after this stream, you check out your highlights. But we're going to purely talk about the Sharks here, baby. Colin Graf's 3rd goal of the season comes at 10 minutes and 16 seconds in the first period. You want to hear something jawsome? We're going to fast forward a little bit. That second period, he scored at 10 minutes and 17 seconds. 10 minutes, 16 seconds in the first, 10 minutes, 17 seconds into the second. What are the odds? All right, Colin Graf gets his 3rd goal of the season, assisted by Alexander Wenberg and Mario Ferraro. Wenberg's 23rd assist of the season. Mario Ferraro's 7th of the season. If I'm not mistaken, Alexander Wenberg now has 8 points in his last 10 games. So stick taps to the new alternate captain in San Jose. Alternating alternate captain. He'll wear the A patch while on the road. So the newly wed Mario Ferraro gets his 7th assist of the season on the secondary assist. And the way this went down was as follows. Alexander Wenberg, Colin Graf, and Smith, pretty much that Sharks' first and second line were dominating that first period, like tremendously. We could extend it to all 4 lines, but Alexander Wenberg centering that second line with Graf and Smith on the wing looked amazing today. And pretty much the way that went down is Alexander Wenberg was controlling the puck. Deep in the offensive zone, he passed it to the point to Mario Ferraro, who then feeds it back to Wenberg. And so from the point, it goes back to Wenberg, and Wenberg does a fantastic pass to Colin Graf, who's in the slot. He wrists it home to make it 2-0 after 1 period. In the second period, the only goal scored for the Sharks was yours truly again, Colin Graf, 4th of the season on the power play. And, I mean, what can I say, dude? Macklin Celebrini with a fantastic zone entry. He gets past all 4 of Chicago's penalty killers, entering the zone from the south of the rink near the penalty box. So we're speaking in terms of a bird's eye view, I guess, or overhead view, rather. So overhead view with the players' benches, the team benches being north and the penalty box being south. Macklin Celebrini exits his own zone, enters the offensive zone, great zone entry as I mentioned, from the south side of the rink and skates across up toward the north side face-off circle, so left of goaltender Spencer Knight of Chicago. He skates right through all 4 penalty killers of Chicago. He elects to pass it to the point to Shakir Mukhamadullin, who then advances the puck up to Smith, who's chilling on the face-off circle right side or southward of Spencer Knight. Smitty shoots it toward the net, and Colin Graff is right there to tip it in for a power play goal, his 4th of the year. So Colin Graff's 4th of the season on the power play. It's assist by Will Smith, his 22nd assist of the season, and Shakir Mukhamadullin, 7th assist of the season. So Colin Graff, multi-point night. Will Smith, pardon me, a lot of Wills. Anyways, Will Smith's multi-point night. How about that? And just listen to these names. That rookie line right there. Mukhamadullin. Well, not so much Mook, but you get the point. Mukhamadullin, Will Smith, Colin Graff. Anyways, that made it 3-1 San Jose, 10 minutes and 17 seconds, as I mentioned earlier in the second period. The Blackhawks did get their only 2 goals scored were in that second period. In fact, just to give them a little bit of not love, but just a little bit of context, I guess, to how this game went down. That first penalty committed by Noah Gregor, welcome back, by the way, wearing number 9. Noah Gregor got called with less than 2 minutes in first period for holding. That allowed Chicago to start the second period with a 6-second man advantage, and that's all they needed to enter the Sharks zone pretty cleanly, if I might add, uncontested, if you will. And at 10 seconds into the second period, Frank Nazar got his 6th of the year, and they closed the second period 13 minutes, 18 seconds in, bringing it in within 1. Mikheyev, got his 15th goal of the year. Again, we're not going to talk about Chicago here. All I got to say is that Iya and Ryan Donato, who got the primary assist, they've been hot for Chicago this season. Just not hot enough in tonight's game. All right. Well contested third period. As I mentioned, Chicago did get 12 shots on goal that third period. And long story short is Tyler Toffoli pretty much sealed the deal at 19 minutes and 27 seconds with an empty net goal, his 25th of the season. Now, I think I owe you all some goalie stats, so give me a second as I kind of type these in. I just realized that we're going live without the goalie stats. My bad. And Alexander, not Alexander, Georgiev. So, boom. Let's see. I think this is shots, saves, goals against. We'll just stick to the simple stuff. Save percentage. My bad, as I'm doing this on the fly, my friends. Let's do it like this. All right. So one done, one more to go. Pardon me, fam. As again, I'm doing this on the fly. And thank you all for your patience. Your boy is going to need about 30 more seconds. So I enter in the stats. The shots, saves, booyah. All right, and we got it. All right, now we're all caught up. So let's get rid of the goal scoring here. We don't have to talk about that no more. So let's talk about the stats. We'll start off with the Chicago Blackhawks, all right, because we want to end on Alexander Georgiev here. Spencer Knight, 24 shots against, 21 saves, 3 goals against. even strength goals against 2, 1 power play goal against. He had a .875 save percentage in his in tonight's loss for Chicago. Now let's talk about Alexander Georgiev, baby. Hey, how about Georgiev? He's been playing himself out of a cold streak, all right? So he's been pretty good lately, I would say, right? I mean, 6 consecutive start. He won back-to-back a week ago on Monday and Tuesday. Last 3 games weren't as sexy, but, with the exception of, the Colorado game, fared pretty well. I mean, he could have benefited from some defense in front of him, but that's in the past. Let's talk about right now, because he got exactly that. Alexander Georgiev for the San Jose Sharks made 24 saves on 26 shots against. He gave up 2 goals. They were both even strength goals. Posted a .923 save percentage. How about that? Stick taps to Alexander Georgiev. All right. Love it. Absolutely love it. And you know what? That right there, my friends, is pretty much your summary for the game. The San Jose Sharks were fantastic tonight. Definitely giving us one of the more memorable victories this season. They've come few, but enjoy them while we can. Now, for some of you out there who are stressing, the Sharks' chances, at the number 1 overall selection, which I don't want to really focus too much on, but I'll just let you know the Sharks still are ranked 32nd in the league. They got 45 points in the standings now, so they're 4 points behind the Chicago Blackhawks, which is another way of saying that the Chicago Blackhawks are 4 points ahead of the Sharks in the standings. So right now, the San Jose Sharks still hold the best odds at getting the number 1 overall draft pick yet again. All right, but right now we're talking about dubs. Now, really quick, Tyler Toffoli's empty net goal was unassisted. It is his team leading 25th goal of the season. Tyler Toffoli has 18 points in his last 19 games. That's 10 goals and 8 assists. So how about that, baby? San Jose Sharks looking so freaking good this Thursday night. All right, just like all of you out there. Quick shout out and thank you. The majority of y'all stood right here with us at Shark City Hockey during this premium live stream from the very beginning to now what is going to be the conclusion. So from the face-off countdown show to the actual watch-along party to now the conclusion of the game final show, thank you all for making this Shark City Hockey premium live stream the number 1 trending live stream delivered by diehard, genuine San Jose hockey fans. I'm your host and creator of Shark City Hockey, Aaron James, wishing you all a great rest of your evening. It's going to be Victory Friday tomorrow morning, and right now we can celebrate a Thursday night hockey dub for Team Teal. San Jose Sharks win 4-2. How about Connor Bedard being put in the box for the final 10 minutes? These lines look good together, man. Now, I know some of you will be like, hey, you're getting super rizzed up over the bottom of the basement. The battle of the bottoms, all right? But I'm telling you, the Sharks, you could go ahead and try to throw shade on the Sharks all you want, but they looked impressive tonight. They looked absolutely fantastic. So anything else is just straight bull shark. Don't want to hear it. All right. We'll begin together again this weekend as the San Jose Sharks are going to host Ovechkin and the Great Chase. So the Washington Capitals are coming to the Shark Tank on Saturday night. As a matter of fact, let's take a quick peek at the final peek at the league scores here. As we can see, he got shut out. They got shut out. The LA Kings shut out the Washington Capitals. So still got to wait for those of you who are watching Alexander Ovechkin, hoping that he could, break Wayne Gretzky's record. I think he's going to get it done. But I'm not going to lie when I say I hope we shut him out this Saturday, as well. So until then, y'all have a great rest of your evening. Y'all be safe. I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me for the party. Thank you for joining me for the Face-Off Countdown show, and thanks for sticking around for the game final show. This has been a presentation of Shark City Hockey, your go-to source for San Jose Sharks fandom. Don't forget to follow us at Shark City Hockey on Instagram, YouTube, X, Twitch, and TikTok. Until next time, fam, I'm out of here.